check me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shawty on repeat, I say sleep later. This another favor, consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air, fantasy a dream, real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless, learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless, so I'ma style on them. They washed up, it's a rap, throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them, otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue, get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah, about time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward, the battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a minor. But made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash Nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather, be weather, be tripping, starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this bad at board games. Whole world clueless, selling their soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a slice, extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge to tell her? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame? Ever blink in the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
I have seen everything that has ever happened, ever will happen, ever could happen, and yet, what the hell is this?
Are you ready?
Word to wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It is your boy Ernie, the Blerd Without Fear. Got the homie Carter presents. Welcome to episode, what is this, 309? We're 309?
Yes, it is.
9 deep into the 300 arc of the Blerd Cave. The number one comic book news stream on this and any other Earth in the multiverse that you can find not just here on YouTube. You can also find us on Apple, Google, iHeartRadio, Spotify, anywhere good podcasts may be found. And if you do, leave us a rating. Helps us find more people like you. Let's go. Let's get in our shit, man. We got lots of stuff. Lots of weird and crazy shit to talk about today because the world is just that messed up. I do want to kind of start. I want to start us off. I actually kind of want to start us off a little somber.
Okay.
I want to start us off a little somber because, man, Marvel, honey.
Yeah.
Marvel, what is you doing? What is you doing?
We're losing a lot around here, man. We're losing a lot, man.
Man, it hurts. It hurts because it's proof that these are the end times. We are we've lost some real ones. And I kind of want to take a moment. I just want to take just a brief moment to just kind of highlight that. I want to highlight that just a little bit. So I kind of want everybody, if you're standing up watching this, I'm gonna need y'all to sit down just for a minute. Yeah, take your hats off. Take your hats off. Put your hands over your hearts. All that good shit. Cause man, this is tragic news. That we're gonna be sharing with y'all. So here, I put together a little something for y'all. So with a heavy heart, very heavy heart, that I'm gonna be sharing this information. There we go. Put that over there. All right, y'all. This is the Blerd Cave in memoriam. Sorry, y'all. That was I apologize. This is I know that's some heavy subject matter.
Yeah.
Oh man, sorry. Uh so yes, there was
I know that
yeah.
because this is a serious moment. I know that Ernie. It took a minute for the cave to start up because Cynthia Ernie's wife, she just couldn't control the emotions and fell over the casket of New Champions just because she did not want to see it go. Uh,
Take me with you.
Life is funny, ain't it?
Right. It's crazy. No, and all fuckery aside, but no, I slipped some DC books in there as well because DC canceled some books as well, but I actually put those there more to prove a point, to make a point. For those that don't know, and we'll get into this in just actually, no, we're getting this in just a sec because we actually have some this time. I want y'all to say I'm not bullshitting this time. I'm actually dead ass here. But we got one of our own. We got one of our own, Jason Davis. Out here said, on my way to bury my grandmother. This hits as well. Man, look. First off, I think I saw a little later in the chat. What to say? 87?
I think he said 80.
Yeah,
80,
87?
87?
Yeah, 87.
Yeah, 87.
So you know what? I'm not gonna hold you. Man, 87. 87 is good. 87 is a nice long life that I think few people actually get to see. So yeah, this is no lies detected. She lived. So so as far as I'm concerned, like I said, it's only sad in so much that she is gone.
Can we drop one of Clue's bombs for her? 87 years. She got to experience great music. She got to experience great people. She got to experience when Little Debbie cakes was just a damn quarter. She got to experience when hot Cheetos and Doritos was just 30 cents a bag. Fagos was the hottest and cheapest drink on the block. She got to experience all of that. So yeah, dude, that was a woman that got to live the whole life. So yeah, much respect to her, and my condolences for that, Jason.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
And I also saw comic breakdown was in the chat apparently. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's happening with you?
You see how
you doing
when it comes to comic books and funerals like that with these books, and everybody wants to come out, and comic breakdown came out to the service.
Yeah, everybody got to show up. Everybody got to show up.
Everybody.
I think that it's important that in these trying times that we make sure that we keep up. We show up, pay our respects. We paid some respects to some Marvel books, some of which we kind of already knew were canceled. Some that some of these we're finding out a little later. Iron Man is a more recent
I saw someone in the chat. Someone in the chat said, "Are these books canceled, or did they end when they were supposed to?" Well, last year Marvel came out with that mandate to where they were going to give certain books, or they were going to give books a minimum of 10. The fact that that New Champions got one tapped by an evil nurse killer Maine in the Dead by Daylight world of Marvel Comics, I think it's fair to say no, that book just got canned.
Yeah, it didn't end where it was supposed to.
I can't remember who, but somebody's book got canceled, and they had just sent in for issue 9. They had just sent in all the stuff. It was like, yeah, don't do nothing else for the rest of next month because you ain't got a book no more.
Man, it's wild because I will say this. are there some that are on the list that got canceled because like they had reached their conclusion? I think in some cases, like I can make a case for maybe something like a Spider Boy. I don't read Spider Boy, but I'm just assuming that you don't get to 20 issues by accident. But yeah, somebody was buying the motherfucker. Okay, somebody was buying the book. I mean, I can't sit here and say that they weren't.
You know who's buying that book? Them same sickos that were hoping that Spider Boy was just a different variation of Alpha. You remember that Spider-Man sidekick that y'all didn't claim at all? But y'all didn't claim Alpha, but gave Spider Boy a hot 20.
Man, that's wild. That's insane. That is insane. I don't even know what to do with that information, if I'm being brutally honest. It's a so to kind of go honestly to go back through it. I actually want to pull something up here. I'm gonna pull this up and without the audio. But here's the one that actually shocked me. This is the one that actually shocked me. And I don't know how much of this is like because all right. I know somebody in this chat is gonna go run and snitch and be like, ooh, Rob, Blerd Without Fear was talking shit about you. No, I wasn't. I'm just making a point. I remember a ways back, I saw that
Did you mean to pull up Iron Man?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So in here, let me just for a moment because it's in the way.
Yeah.
Just for a moment. Shit, I just realized it has been a year since Benny just over a year since Benny passed.
Yeah.
God damn. Jesus Christ, where the fucking time
Rob
goes.
You know, Rob put out a video recently talking about that. Not to bring everything down because I know you got to make a point with Iron Man. So please.
Oh yes. So yeah, I remember a ways back, and this is back. This tell you how long ago it was. This is back in the Twitter days, back when I was very like active on Twitter. I remember Rob made a comment saying that like he was talking about Captain Marvel, and I know where he was trying to go with it. And he wasn't wrong, but he was ignoring some very obvious main Marvel superheroes who had been relaunched multiple times. So basically, he was talking about how like it's obvious that no one likes Captain. That's not exactly his words, but basically it was the spirit of what he was saying. No one likes Captain Marvel because her book's been relaunched and started, whatever, canceled, restarted so many times. I would also like to point out that while he's not wrong in the sense our book has been like stopped and started and relaunched multiple times, that's every Marvel character. Y'all know how many times Iron Man has been relaunched and restarted? This right here, this the Insurgent Iron Man, even though they added that for One World Under Doom, it's still just Iron Man. But this is like the 7th relaunch of Iron Man. Now, that probably doesn't sound like much, but you also have to bear in mind he has had 5 different relaunches of Invincible Iron Man. So you put those together with one another, he has actually had more relaunches, which, I mean, to be fair, would make sense considering he has been around. It's not so much he's been around longer than Captain Marvel per se, but the fact that, like, if you look at the Carol Danvers era of Captain Marvel, that era has not lasted as long as Iron Man as a whole has, but the character, like the mantle of Captain Marvel, has existed about as long. So at the same time, it's like, yeah, well, you can't even hang a lot of these relaunches on Carol because she was only a part of like less than half of them. A lot of the previous ones,
Iron Man,
yeah,
the AI Tony? No, it was not.
No.
That was Ironheart, where it was the AI Tony.
Yeah.
Invincible Iron Man. Good lord.
Well, no. Invincible Iron Man was. That was during Invincible.
Really?
Yeah, because it took me a second to realize what they were talking about. So yeah, what William's referring to here, there was an AI version of Tony Stark that was in Invincible Iron Man, because at the time when Riri was, quotey fingers, everybody say she was Iron Man, she wasn't Iron Man. But she was in that book, and she was like the lead of it. That was when that was going on. But that was also after a long run of Tony not being an AI. That was like a later on, late stage situation, so to speak.
I tell you one you forgot about, even though it was still Iron Man. You did right by bringing up Invincible. You know another one you forgot to bring up? Tony Stark, Iron Man.
Oh yeah, that's another one. Yeah, Tony Stark, Iron Man. That's another
Iron Man 2020, which was Tony and that brother that they just swept under the rug. Don't talk about no more. And then you had International Iron Man, which was just Iron Man.
Just Iron Man. And here I'm probably gonna piss some people off with this, because I know we got some Ghost Rider fans in the building. Y'all don't want to know how many times Ghost Rider has been relaunched.
I want to talk about it.
Y'all don't want to look at that, because the Benjamin Percy joint, not the one where the hood is Ghost Rider. I'm talking about the where Johnny Blaze is still the main character. That was the 10th relaunch of Ghost Rider. 10th. Punisher. That's another one. Punisher's another one. Everybody's precious Punisher.
Ooh. They was nasty with Punisher too, Ernie. Because first it was the Punisher. Now you see on a lot of books it's just Punisher.
Yeah.
That's it. The in that statement, that in that title is very small. It's like in the corner.
It's like
you don't see it until you open the book to see who wrote and did art. It's just
let me put you on game. Carter, do you know how many times Punisher has been relaunched?
No.
So you know how we talked about that upcoming Red Band Punisher?
Lord, yeah.
That version of that Punisher book will effectively be the 15th relaunch of Punisher. I'm not talking about War Journal. I'm not include. This does not include War Journal or War Zone or any of that shit. I'm just talking about Punisher. Regular ass Punisher. Like no adjectives, no subtitles. Punisher. Now, if you include the other shit, you include was it Warzone and War Journal, so on and so forth. Let's see here. What does that bring the total to? That's was it 3 War Zones, 2 War Journal volumes? Yeah, that's 20. Your boy Punisher had been started and relaunched and shit too many goddamn times. And here's the thing. I know some people want to say, I saw someone bring up Wolverine earlier. You're not wrong with Wolverine. The real issue is that he does not have as many as the others do.
He does not.
For an X-Man, his shit is sky fucking high. But now I will say, you have Wolverine has had 8 relaunches. 8 relaunches. And if you want to get into some of like the subtitled series that ran for a little bit, because you did have Wolverine Max, you had Wolverine. Yeah. You had Origins and stuff like that. So that does rise him up, but he is not quite on the level that, like, Punisher is one of the most relaunched. Punisher is one of the most relaunched books, and that is wild to me. Yeah.
After old Jim, I would hope you want to relaunch them.
Man, this motherfucker. But no, I will also say too that where was I'm gonna tell you the one that puzzles me. This one puzzles me. Deadpool, that puzzles me, because
a lot about this run actually.
Yeah, this is to my understanding, this was a pretty solid run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the Cody Ziegler who was on this. And he was writing it with the same energy and attention to detail and gusto that he's been writing Miles Morales. The Miles Morales book.
I think that was the first one you showed me that started the wasn't that the one that started the anime reference stuff? Wasn't that like a dog?
It was Miles Morales is where it kicked off, but like Deadpool, he just carried because he did the whole like Chainsaw Man thing in Deadpool. And Deadpool is not giving up on the anime references by any stretch of the imagination. But I will agree with what I saw someone just saying here, talking about, Deadpool gets relaunched a lot too. It does. As a matter of fact, this, what we're looking at right now, is the 10th relaunch. This was the 10th relaunch of Deadpool. So there's that. We'll kind of just have to go from there, but there was another one. Let me see if I can. This one still pisses me off because this book, technically, I put canceled. It actually wasn't canceled. It just wasn't. It was solicited as a 5-issue series, and no one elected to change that.
Contract was not renewed. They just gonna let the contract run out.
Yeah, it's crazy how that works out. Daredevil is surprising because I have not disliked Saladin Ahmed's run on Daredevil. I actually think it's pretty solid for the most part. But you know what I think? I think was the death knell. I think was actually the death knell for this book.
What do you think?
Is so I don't know if you have been keeping up with it, but they had brought back a character from Daredevil's past.
Okay.
Recently. And some people were not happy about that. There was let me see if I can actually find it. Here it is right here. This is it right here. Right now it has come to our attention that Matt Murdock likes dark meat. He likes dark meat. I don't know if I can show you these. Look here. Let me pull this down because I don't know if I can show you these panels. It's a little.
I mean, did they make it red band? If they didn't make it red band, you should be able to show it. No problem.
Well, here I'm gonna show this. I'm not gonna show the spicier pages, but
Oh yeah, I read that issue.
Yeah. So basically, they brought back Nyla from and this is I want to say this was in and around the Ann Nocenti run of Daredevil. They brought her back, and her and Matt have been
No one heard that clap, but just seeing that image, y'all know what
you know what they're doing. I
think the next page is literally them in bed after making sex.
Yeah.
But I didn't know where she came from.
Yeah. Yeah, she's an older character. She's an older character that I honestly would not expect many people to be familiar with. She is for all intents and purposes I don't remember her being in any more than like a handful of Daredevil comics. She was brought back during did you ever read what was it? It was Conan. It was Conan was it Battle for the Serpent? Did you ever read this book?
I did
Battle for the
not.
Serpent Crown.
I did not.
Mhm.
That's actually on my list. Funny enough that you're showing Conan. Because I reread Savage Avengers and the Jason Aaron stuff, and I know that Jim Zub is currently he is the Conan brother over at Titan Comics, so that's on my list. That's actually one of the first ones on my list. Funny enough.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
this book was the first time I think she had been in a book in 5 ever since those early Daredevil issues. Because I think where was it at? Yeah, I think this right here, this was the first time that like she was in Daredevil right here. This was like Daredevil 285, basically. But yeah, like way back in the goddamn day. But yeah, there's that. There's definitely that. I think for me, yeah, like I said, we were just talking about, you know, the ones that kind of hurt. Okay, I'll be honest. I read some of the Psylocke book. I kind of fell off of it just because it wasn't holding my attention. I don't think that it was so much that it was bad. I think it was just that it wasn't. I don't know. It didn't feel like it was really doing the business. It wasn't doing the business for me. I do also think that of the multiple different solo titles that are running right now, which by the way, shout out to Marvel, at least on this one thing. I'm gonna drop a preemptive bomb for them. Most, if not all, actually no, not all, most of the solo titles that they have been greenlighting for X spinoffs have all been are female superhero varieties. So I mean, shout out to them for that. Because between Storm, Magic, Psylocke, Phoenix, Laura Kinney, Wolverine. There's technically the Emma Frost White Queen solo book, but I mean it's a 5-issue mini. But I mean it's not like it's like meant to be an ongoing, kind of similar to how some of these other ones are. But like Storm leading the charge in both the prestige and quality department is what I think is very impressive in and of itself. So shout out to them for that. But yeah, I do think that like you just gotta, I don't know, you gotta. You also have to look at the fact that, and Carter, I don't know, you may agree, you may disagree. While there are lots of X-Men characters that have had solo series, not all of them have good solo series. Like I think we talked about this when Moreira was on. Don't nobody want to talk about them old Storm books. Ain't nobody checking for Storm. I think it was like a little 4-issue series they had back in the 90s. Ain't nobody checking for that. Yeah, like ain't nobody looking for those. I love Cyclops, and while I enjoyed his solo series, ain't nobody checking for that shit. Ain't nobody looking for Slim. Ain't nobody looking for Cyclops #1.
I'm trying to respectfully disagree and give it grace for no other reason than to who wrote it.
Oh, yeah.
And it was Greg Rucka that wrote it.
Yeah.
But I will say there is some credence to what he's saying, because I think that motherfucker only got 5 issues, and Psylocke got 5 more. So
yeah, exactly. It's like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not, and I want people to understand something. I'm not talking about the Cyclops and Phoenix series. I'm not. When I'm talking about the Cyclops book, I am talking about a book that was literally called Cyclops.
Yeah, it was called Cyclops. It was
just Cyclops.
it was young. It was, or at least the one I'm thinking about. I don't know. There might have been a different Cyclops series. You can put me on game. The one I'm talking about, it was more so with first class Cyclops and his daddy.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, there's that one. Like there's been I think, man, I might be I could be misremembering. So like I said, I'm totally willing to cop to not having all of my facts incredibly straight here. Oh no, this Negro done had 3 solo books. Out my face. Out my face. No, lies. This motherfucker done had 4. Cyclops had 4 solo books. Fuck out my face with that shit. Nah. So there was the Icons Cyclops series, and then there was oh no, he had a one shot. The first book I mentioned was like 2001. He had a one shot in 2011. And he had, they gave Cyclops 12. They gave this motherfucker 12 issues in 2015 in that economy.
Oh,
what?
Okay, I thought it was 5. Shit.
No, they gave they hung 12 round Cyclops neck. They said, nah, big time. You get 12. You the leader. Hey,
I ain't gonna hold you. That book was kind of depressing too.
Yeah, it was actually. And okay, and this is the thing. It's not that these books, like, okay, some of them are bad. But like some of these books I'm talking about, they're not all bad. Some of them are good. They're just not like, ooh, I need to rush out and go see this shit good. Like no, it ain't like it ain't ever like that. But yeah. Okay, so Seal Unit, let me stop you. Seal Unit. Mystique has had their own series. They've actually had 2 of them.
You mean it just happened?
Yeah, remember one of them literally just ended.
See, this is what happens when people depend on the you and me's of the world as opposed to just walking y'all asses into these comic shops and just looking and just perusing. And you see that thick ass solicit book, pick that motherfucker up and walk around and just skim. Skim.
Mystique had a book. Okay, let me be clear on something. I want to be clear on something. Mystique not only had a book, and it was good. It was very good, but it was only 5 issues. And she had a book before that a lot of people don't talk about, and I find that incredibly depressing. Because how many of y'all remember? Oh man, I know. We're gonna show some. We're gonna. Man,
I'm finna fuck you up because I'm finna show my age because he not only asks for a Mystique series, even though it is right there. He said, let the Morlocks have their own series.
Lord. Reading
about them would be very interesting. What if I told you Morlocks did have their own goddamn series?
Okay, and this is the thing I think that needs to be studied is that some of these books, they do not get advertised. So I forgive you, really anyone, for not knowing these books exist. But the thing is, like, this just shows you how dyed in the wool I am with it. Because, like once again, let's not forget, because I just saw someone bring it up in the chat, and I literally had it pulled up right here. Brian K. Vaughan. Brian K. Vaughan with the Mystique book. And let me also blow your mind. That book ran for 24. This is the 2004 series, ran for 24 issues. Shit was cold.
Hey, since he brings up the Morlocks, I'm finna really fuck his whole world up. Do you know who wrote that Morlock series, Blerd Without Fear? Don't you look up nothing. Don't cheat.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
I just know because I had it. Jeff Johns.
Wow, really? Damn.
Jeff
Johns was out here. Jeff Johns was out here on a Morlocks book. Lord, stop. Lord, stop.
When you say it out loud, I tell you about people. Okay, the way I said it was like, here's a fun fact for you guys. But the way he just said it, that sounds so nasty that Jeff Johns is on the book.
Jeff Johns ain't look. Why? Wait a minute. Why did it feel like? Why did it feel like the opening of Predator? I was about to just be like Jeff Johns Son of a bitch. Yes, Seal Unit. Reimei has gotten multiple. Gambit. Okay, look, let me put y'all on game, okay? Gambit. This is what I always say, like, man, sometimes I think that we really need to, like, deep dive backward sometimes.
Yes.
Do you want to know how many solo books Reimei didn't had? Give me, Carter, do you know the answer? I want to know if you know the answer first before I say the answer.
I don't, because I can only tell you about the run that I had from James Aston.
Let me ask you this, though. What do you think the number is?
I want to say 5.
You're close. 6.
Okay.
And one of them was just a couple of years ago. So yeah, he got a 5-issue mini 2022.
Did Claremont do that one?
I think that might have been I think that was a Claremont one. I believe. There was a 2012 joint. Which I think that one I like. Yeah, that's the one you were talking about.
That was James Aston.
Yeah, that jump ran like 17.
17. Yes,
yeah,
it did.
17
I had
issues.
All 3 trades. Did.
He had 12 issues from 2004. Dude, he got a mean ass 25 issues back in 1998, and that's the series.
Oh, wow.
Y'all remember when everybody's always like bitching and moaning and whining that Gambit's not Omega level? That's the run they're talking about. That's the run, if I remember correctly. That was the run where the alternate reality version of Gambit shows up that actually was Omega level. There was a 4-issue mini in 97 and a 4-issue mini in 94. So yeah, that's why I tell people, man, Gambit got his fair share. Okay,
yep.
Gambit has gotten. No. Hold on, wait. I want to see something real quick because I need to make sure I'm not out of pocket here. Even Nightcrawler, like all y'all nasty motherfuckers about, man, they don't give Kurt no respect. He don't ever get no books. This motherfucker didn't have 5. He didn't have 5, including Uncanny. That includes Uncanny Spider-Man. This motherfucker got 12 issues in 2014. He got 4 in 1985. 86-ish, 4 in like 2002, and got a mean 12-issue run in 2004. That's why I'm like, man, look, y'all need to calm down. Like, whenever I see folks, man, they don't ever, man, I'm so glad that they're finally making Jean Grey comics. Motherfucker, stop. That
What ugly motherfuckers? Who said? I'm trying not to cuss. Which one of y'all said that?
I'm just saying. Like, I just always have to laugh.
This is a sick Negro,
right? Motherfuckers be telling on themselves. Motherfuckers be telling on themselves.
Y'all just started in like all new, all different, or some shit. Like, or y'all just started in the new 52. Identity crisis. I don't have an identity crisis. I know who I am. Not talking about you, fool. The DC stuff.
Yeah. Look, and let me keep it a buck. Before y'all pull Rogue out your ass and be like, man, they finally put some respect on Rogue and gave her own book with the Savage Land joint. Stop. That motherfucker had an issue. She had a series. She had a little 4-issue series in 95.
Yeah.
I think she had another 4-issue in 2001, and she got a slick 12-issue run in 2004. And if you really want to keep it a buck, and I'm gonna do that, even though this isn't a solo title, she's actually had 2 different duo books with Gambit. Shit, there was Mr. and Mrs. X and Rogue and Gambit. Yeah. So, stop.
Shit, you could basically give her, even though it wasn't called Rogue, it was basically her book, damn near.
Yeah.
Fucking X-Men Legacy.
Oh.
X-Men Legacy was basically her primarily. And I'm talking about, because a lot of you all only know X-Men Legacy from the Legion stuff from Cy Spurrier. I'm talking about before that.
Yeah,
big dog.
before.
X-Men Legacy.
Yeah.
That was the, if you was really itching to see good old Magnus and Rogue getting it in, you read X-Men Legacy with the occasional Xavier is just over there doing something. But that was basically her book for a while.
Oh, and here, I got another one for you.
Yeah.
I know somebody gonna try and pull Iceman out the crack of their ass. Stop. Bobby done got damn near as many books as Wolverine. That man had two astonishing or no, I take that back. He had one astonishing Iceman run, and that was like I think 5 issues, give or take. But that was like the most recent. He had a 4. Oh, speak of the devil, y'all know that shit y'all are like getting hyped for in Storm, where Storm's having to like face Oblivion. Well, Oblivion's gone now, but yeah, the whole lead up to that. Guess where Oblivion had his first appearance? In Iceman, in Iceman's first series. He also had another 3 series, 4 issues in 2001. He had what was this? 11. That's a weird number to end on. 11 in 2017, and then he got another like 5er in 2018. So yeah, that's why I always tell people, man, y'all got to be careful. Y'all got to be careful, man. These characters are getting books. You're just not reading them, or you're not hearing about them for one reason or another. Hell, even Psylocke was getting. Y'all didn't even know Psylocke had a book before this, did y'all? Y'all didn't even know Psylocke had a book before this. She had a book back in 2010. It was like a little 4-issue mini jut. And honestly, if you really just want to keep it a buck, them Demon Days books, I count those as well. I count them too. Them Demon Days books, I count those.
You might well. Here's my question to you. Because we keep talking about books that everybody done had. With the books that we just paid our respects to, the doves have just gotten released for Iron Man and Psylocke. What would you like to see? Okay, real quick, because I don't.
Did you know Beast had a solo series?
I don't care because it's not the Beast I want. I want Krakoa Beast to have a goddamn series. I want Hank McCoy to have a book. But what would you like to see in their places?
Oh man, in their places? Okay, yeah. I tell you what, let's start with the X stuff. And
keep in mind, big dog, before you even answer that question, you got to keep in mind, it has to be some stuff that kind of makes, well, no, it don't, because
they know this shit making no goddamn sense.
I was gonna say, because Gwenpool and Helverine are still going strong right now. Helverine is still going strong.
Which is wild. That is insane to me. That is insane to me. Helverine
lasted longer than Psylocke, big dog.
Bruh, Psylocke in the gulag. But Helverine is like this.
Yeah, Doc not playing with y'all around here. Doc said he out here. Y'all gonna get him something after X Factor got the boot for no good goddamn reason. I heard that.
Yeah, I heard that, bro. Look. Here's what I would say. This is what you do. Okay. I say you build off your recent successes, right? You build off the things you recently had built up. So why, after the end of the Krakoan era, why Sync does not have either a X-Men book where he is the team leader, or I can see where a solo book would be kind of difficult for a character like Sync, but I feel like that would be the place I would love to see him, is with a solo book, because I feel like there is a story to tell about a guy whose power is reliant on other people. I think it actually, because for me, Marvel, I'm not trying to give y'all no motherfucking ideas, but if y'all had me on a Sync book, I would write that motherfucker having so many interactions with just random characters in the Marvel Comics universe. I would treat that shit like a Carter, I don't know if you got to this part of the Benjamin Percy run of his Green Arrow, but there was an arc they did was a hard traveling hero. In each issue, it was Green Arrow running into another member of the Justice League. Like it was like, oh, he ran to Flash, oh, he ran into Wonder Woman, you know, so on, so on, so on, so on, and so forth. That's how I would do that shit. I would have it be where, like, instead of it just being just a book where it's just Sync and nobody else, I would have it where each issue he bumps into another X-Man. Like he has an interaction with another X-Men character or whatever, and basically kind of showcasing how he is able to wield. Not saying this should be like the main event of it, but just showcasing how he can wield their powers in ways maybe we haven't seen before. Like find some ways to be like, ooh, shit, y'all didn't know that. Did y'all know that? Let's take we'll pull a character out of the ether. Let's say we'll do Gentle. Let's say Gentle pops up in the book, and we learn that Gentle can do a lot of shit. He's got some pretty wild abilities. But what did we learn that there was some shit Gentle could do that we didn't know? Like, oh, maybe Sync uses power in such a way where it's like, oh man, you don't even need them damn vibranium tattoos and nothing like that to control this shit. He's like, man, I'm just doing it by myself. Man, I'm regular, man. I'm regular out here with this shit. But no, I would love to see something like that. I would also, I think, I know some people will probably laugh at this. I think you could subvert expectation like a motherfucker. Dazzler had I don't know how many books in her long and storied career, but
That's enough for a fucking omnibus.
Yeah, enough for an omnibus. For a Marvel Masterworks, a couple of them.
Oh yeah, sure did.
So for me, I would like to see a Jubilee. I like to see Jubilee get a little love, because to my understanding, I mean, maybe she did get like a little some back in the day, but yeah, like Exterminators. Honestly, Exterminators about as much as I remember of of anything remotely close to it. But I think that you could really make a case for a character like Jubilee, especially if you get a fire ass writing team and art team on it, and really like showcase why she's a bad motherfucker. Like, I feel like there's characters that Marvel always skips over when it comes to like characters that come from teen books. You know what I mean? I would also say, can we either I know T'Challa is a hot button issue right now, and he doesn't have a book of his own outside of Ultimate Black Panther. I think there is an argument to be made for revisiting the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda. Like, right now shit's kind of nebulous on the Earth side of things, but bring back the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda and but have it be a separate Black Panther.
This would be the best moment to do that with the Imperial shit going on. This would be your opportune time to bring the Intergalactic Empire back.
Yeah, like just bring that shit. Like, and here's the thing: it ain't got to be T'Challa. It ain't got to be T'Challa. You could literally have somebody else as like, okay, Earth has their, and technically, while T'Challa is he's no longer the king of Wakanda per se, in the strictest sense, he is still leader of the Intergalactic Empire. But what if you did a book where where we're focused on someone who is like ruling in his absence, or like, or not even so much ruling, but protecting the Intergalactic Empire while T'Challa's busy doing other shit, like when he's busy doing Avengers shit, like that.
You could have your cake. Yeah. You could have your cake and eat it too, because the Intergalactic Empire, that volume set up the fact that certain characters were named after the people from the quote unquote past. So you could have you could do it with like a T'Chaka, but it's not actually, he's just named because he's like this great warrior or whoever. You could do it with M'Baku. I like M'Baku in Intergalactic Empire. So just taking up that role with the fucking Maroons and everything. So so you have that right there if you wanted to if you scared people weren't going to get into it, you could just give them a certain name. Because hell, even though I thought that was kind of corny, T'Challa was named T'Challa not because he was T'Challa, but that was who he reminded everyone of in the Intergalactic Empire, which I thought was very fucking corny. But you could do something like that and bring Intergalactic Empire, like I said, with the Imperial stuff going on. I'm not gonna hold you, and this is probably just me, Ernie, and I know I'm probably gonna be by myself on this boat in the middle of nowhere, but I don't want a sync book, but the reason I say that is just because I really enjoyed what was being done with him and Laura, or Talon, I guess you can fucking say it. So I really liked what was getting done with them and the stories that looked like and the potential stories that could have come out. So when they took that away from him, and then I still have that gross taste of NYX in my mouth, it's just, I'm still pissed about that.
You need somebody who can write. You need not say write, but somebody who knows how to write black characters, and more specifically, someone who might be a little bit more knowledgeable about sync. Because I'm not trying to say that Colin and whatever. I'm not trying to say that they don't know anything about these characters, but I'm not gonna lie. That book read that issue read like somebody that has never clapped eyes on sync.
Because I haven't seen anyone else write sync, so I'm like, somebody can have a conversation with Jerry Duggan, because he's doing his thing with sync. Yeah, he got it. He got it. So yeah, I didn't like the whole two Lauras, and now one of them don't like him, and then then you kill the one that does. I don't like that. I don't like that. That could have been a more serious sync, and Talon could have been the more serious Rogue and Gambit.
Yeah, they could have been. They really could have been. And I think that, you know what? I feel like Jerry Duggan saved his best romantic writing for the book he did immediately after X-Men. I don't know if you've seen it. It's called Falling in Love on the Road to Hell or something like that. It's a solid. It's really good. But yeah, I feel like I was like, man, you could have done better by them. You could have done so much better by them. I was like, you literally like took the one thing that Sync gave a shit about outside of you, the X-Men, and you were just like, nah, play in his face with it.
Dude, that shot of Talon jumping in his arms was such a feel-good moment that I have not gotten from Marvel in a good while. So to just get her the fuck up out of here with the ending of Krakoa, which we already know how that fucking burning house came tumbling down. So yeah, dude, I would hurt just because I don't think a Sync series would have that level of quality. It will go back to your point. You got to get somebody who writes. You got to get somebody who writes.
You got to. I'll address this too, just because. It says, if Peter Parker can be cosmic and street level at the same time, why not T'Challa? I'm not saying he can't be. He already was. Did you not read the Ta-Nehisi Coates run of Black Panther? He was quite literally, I mean, cosmic so much in that he was in space. He didn't have cosmic powers. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like people don't. Okay, look. I love y'all. I love y'all. But sometimes y'all say shit, but don't think before you say it. It's like, I'm not saying he can't. Didn't say he couldn't. I just said that let somebody else do it. Build up. Because here's the thing. The reason why I say it is because Marvel doesn't seem terribly interested in doing anything with the Intergalactic Empire Wakanda up until Jonathan Hickman decided to have it included in Imperial. It was always one of these things that was kind of an afterthought. It would pop up for like all of 2 seconds. It would get mentioned here and there. Maybe it would pop up as like for a panel or something in somebody else's book that didn't really have shit to do with shit. And trust me, this is coming from a guy who's literally spent hours upon days upon weeks combing through comics trying to find stuff that, you know, for various and sundry different things. That's why I know. And it usually never amounts to anything. But yeah, my decision is based purely on Marvel's opinion of the matter. So yeah, I think that maybe we should just, I think Marvel should really seriously consider maybe not doing this 10-issue thing. Not saying they should go back to the 5-issue thing, but I think, maybe they should. Oh no, this is actually a better way to do it. Maybe stop letting bean counters and accountants. Stop letting Ben Affleck be in control of what books you make. This is actually I'm not gonna dive any deeper into that because I'm gonna save that for a video that's coming out right after the show is over. There's a interview that I had with Joe Casey for the final issue of Weapon X-Men #5, and we actually talk about that for a little bit, and also some other things, not just the book itself, but maybe just some opinions that Joe has about the current state of the comics industry, specifically Marvel. But that'll be going up in the next 2.5 hours, give or take. I think is when it's scheduled for. But no, I think maybe Marvel should have less books, actually. Like, I know the temptation to say, oh, no, Marvel should have like 11 books. No, I think they should actually pare down. I think they should do what DC did, release less books. There's too many fucking X-Men books right now. There's too many. There's too fucking many, okay? Can we stop? Can we please stop with these X-Men books? Like, I love X-Men as much as the next person. Y'all know I love X-Men as much as the next person. But Carter, can I point something out? Since the From the Ashes era started, do you know how many books we've had? We've had 20. Or no, not 20.
Double digits.
Not 20. Lies. The lies I just told you. 19. 19 titles. There have been 19 books that have come out. Some of which have been canceled. Some of which have been canceled or ended naturally. Mystique was not canceled. It was only meant to be 5 issues. Declan is busy doing other shit, so he ain't got time to be on a Mystique book all goddamn day. Or maybe he does. Shit, I don't know. I'm not trying to pocket
probably
watch
working on another thing, an old dog or something.
That and Thundercats, that motherfucker, he is deep off in Thundercats. He ain't trying to come about that. Yep. Look, that motherfucker will forever stay in Thundercats for as long as they let him. That man is world building. God damn it. Oh, and you know what? I forgot about Heir of Apocalypse. So I was right. It was 20.
I ain't mad at you for getting that book, though.
Hey, he's about to come back. You know the artist formerly known as Cypher is he's on the way. He's on the way, Carter. You ready? You ready to see you ready to see your boy?
I'm ready for you to read the super chats. I don't want that nastiness in my eyes, in my orbital socket when I turn a page to see. I don't want to see that when I turn a page.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here, we'll do it like this.
Yuck.
Just to keep it simple. Just to keep it simple, we're gonna do it like this because
Okay.
oh wow, look, we got some stuff here on the other side. So here, let's see, we got that one. Let's start with let's start with Gokhan, Shuri's baby's father.
Okie doke.
Says, how do you mess up on having both Spider-Man in a first duo comic and get it canceled? How, Sway? How, Carter? So I don't know what happened there. I haven't talked to Greg about this. Because some of you don't know, that was Spectacular Spider-Man. That was Greg Weisman.
Weird. I don't know why they wouldn't work together in a book, because it was lightning in a bottle and people had never seen it before with Spider-Man.
Right.
And then they went to that well again in the sequel to Spider-Man, and nobody cared for that shit.
No.
And then we get the Spectacular Spider-Man from the writer of the Spectacular Spider-Man, and hey, you know what? I'll say this. He got what, 15?
He got 15, yeah.
He got 15. Bendis got 2 one-shots. Midland's got 2 one shot.
Well, here's the thing with this one. I mean, yeah, you got Greg Weisman, the guy, the mind behind the spectacular Spider-Man animated series, the mind behind Gargoyles, the mind behind Young Justice. We're talking about a guy whose pedigree is it's not easily matched. It's not easily matched. So the fact that this book got canceled for whatever reason, I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if it's because of his the book wasn't selling, which is wild because the book was really good. It was actually a good book. And honestly, if you're one of those people like myself that you kind of were hoping to get the taste washed out of your mouth for that Spider-Man 2, this was the one.
I have not played this, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, no, not the game. I'm talking about the book. I'm talking about the sequel to Spider-Man.
We got y'all. Hey, we got a Miles Morales in main continuity. Oh shit! So Miles is also in Old Man. No, it's just some nigga that was named Miles Morales,
right? Oh, hold on, wait.
That was so lame, bro.
It was.
Oh my goodness.
It was not okay. It was not okay.
Please.
Let's. Oh, well, let me get this out of the way because I thought I had fixed that, but yeah, let's.
Oh
wait, here, let me put you back where you belong.
Okay.
But no, this, like right here, we got LP3 with the 29 months in the Blerd Club. Goldmine says, "Do you foresee Marvel doing another DC all-in style reboot soon?"
No. They're doing right now. Which apparently, Zach Davison, that's one of the creators on Ultimate X-Men. Apparently, all the Ultimate books are at 24. At issue 24,
really?
each and every one of them is kaput. Now, some people online are saying that's when the maker is supposed to come back. So maybe they're going to pivot and then turn that into a relaunch of all the Ultimate stuff.
Probably.
And I mean, that's been their money maker right now. So I don't see them just, all right, that was it. Yep. Quality gone. I don't know that. So it might be a real, but yeah, all of them are supposed to be ending at 24.
I mean, I'm okay with that because honestly, as I get older, I'm all for finite series.
Oh, with the exception of Ultimate Wolverine, I think that one's only supposed to be getting. That one's not getting 20. It ain't even getting 20.
Oh, it might get like 12
or 14 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So like,
I'm okay
Wolverine
with
is
that.
not a thing.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. That's fine. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But yeah, as far as I'm like relaunching, see, because okay, I'm gonna tell you why they're probably not gonna do anything like DC All In, and it's because they tried it before and it didn't work. Marvel Fresh Start. Y'all, how many of y'all remember Marvel Fresh Start?
Oh my god.
How many of y'all motherfuckers remember Marvel Fresh Start? How many of y'all? Y'all remember that? Marvel Fresh Start.
I forgot that was a thing.
Was it here? Wait, Tribe God Thanos, he just said something here that I find very interesting. It says Momoko's husband said Zach made a mistake and they're continuing post Maker. So I wonder if in that
maybe that's a relaunch.
Well, no, I feel like in the case of Peach, I feel like the shit she doing ain't got shit fuck all to do with the rest of it. So I mean, yeah, her shit probably will stay. Look, they like, hey, Peach, whatever you do it. Look, Peach, whatever you do it over here off to the side, you just keep doing your thing, baby girl. Just keep doing your thing. Just go ahead.
And I feel the same way, but apparently I'm wrong. According to Comic Book Reddit, they said that is the best X book on the shelf right now. You just looking at it just from just the art style, and you're not really wanting to delve deep into those stories. You know what I'm saying? That is the X-Men. Y'all just not appreciating what is in your face right now, that's in your hands when you turn those pages right now. So we could just be wrong.
Yeah,
apparently.
Maybe.
Maybe y'all are just blazing.
Look, Look, y'all. I don't know what to tell y'all. But at this point, it just kind of is. It just kind of is what it is. Yeah. At this point, for me personally, I don't know. I will say this. I kind of want to address this real quick because this is hilarious to me. This is absolutely positively hilarious to me. And this person's only going to be addressed one time. Okay. This person is only going to be addressed one time because they are always in the chat saying wild shit, like begging for attention. Like they try to say the most patently untrue shit. So I'm just gonna say, YArc9.
Stop it. Get some help.
Cause that's the dumbest shit I think I've heard somebody say in this chat since the glory days of the Blerd Cave. Who cares about the X-Men? Lots of people. There's a reason why people are constantly asking, man, when we gonna get X-Men in MCU? When we gonna get X-Men in MCU? When we gonna, like, that's literally like that's like most of comic book, media content creation nowadays. So yes, that is a patently stupid thing to say. So
that wasn't meant for. So he didn't need to have a seat, Elite. It wasn't for you to time that person out. To be completely honest.
Yeah.
I think a lot of mods over there in here are a little bit too fucking trigger happy. One reason being, I would have liked to have seen his response to see what Ernie was going to say right now.
I'm just saying.
I'm not instigating. Shut your mouths. I'm not.
Yeah. I'm
not.
To be fair, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't have banned him per se. I mean, I don't care if people have fucked up. I don't care if people have fucked up takes on.
It's when you get disrespectful with it.
Yeah.
You can say stupid shit till the cows come home.
Right. Yeah. Like stupidity is not a crime. Stupidity is not a crime. Ignorance, while also abhorrent, not a crime. But that dude was just patently stupid, is what that was. That dude was just that like it. You know what it reminded me of?
What patent?
I don't know. It felt like that. It felt like just unique and specific to just that one person.
That's some foul shit to say to somebody. You're a unique level of stupid. That's some old shit to say to somebody, bro.
But no, look, okay. So the reason why I think it's just wild, because dude, okay. I want y'all to understand something. I know a lot of people think that I don't really read the chat like that. I do. And that's how I knew who dude was. Because I see that motherfucker literally in every live stream saying the wildest shit. Begging. Desperate for daddy's attention. And yeah, it's I typically ignore it. I usually ignore it. But that one I was just like, okay, that's incredibly stupid. I was like, there's no way you're this dumb. Moving on though. We also got another one here. This is a Slim Shady out here. Hitting us over here with the 5. Says that 8-bit was thumping, man, but song reminds me of my mother. I lost her as soon as I turned 18. She was 54. I'm 35 now. Still hurts the same. Dude. Okay, first off, yeah, that is the most real thing, when it comes to that, because for me, I grew up, I'll say it, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I grew up a mama's boy. I grew up, my mom was a single mom. She is, she was the only parent in my life. So she means absolutely everything to me. So when you say that, that shouldn't never go, that shit never goes away, I fucking believe that shit because, there, and also I think there's nothing quite as close. I don't think there's anything quite as close. I think and I don't wish this on anybody. I'm not trying to say that anyone should go looking for this feeling, but I think short of losing a child, I don't think there's really any other feeling quite like losing losing a mother. We've also got Devontre out here, man, just gifted, just out here
gifted two. Yeah, he gifted two. That's what I thought.
Yeah, gifted two, hooking people up, hooking up Tay the Fan, Bird Nerd with gold memberships, man, just out here, just spreading the love, man, dude, that's crazy. Appreciate you. We also got Space Cowboy out here with the 5. Says, fuck it, I'm pitching a book. Have Tony, Rhodey, Riri, bring back Pepper, and maybe a Crimson Dynamo, and make it a Tokusatsu book. Call them the Iron Legion. Okay, so see, you're giving this shit away for free. You're giving it, you paid to give this shit away for free. Don't give Marvel no ideas. They'll just fuck it up. But no, so oddly enough, it's funny you bring up, the whole Iron Legion thing and the Tony, Rhodey, Riri, so on and so forth book. That was kind of what I thought Jerry Duggan was trying to do with West Coast Avengers. Because, like, West Coast Avengers, like, it kind of seemed like, oh, yeah, it's going to be Iron Man and War Machine together on the same team. I was like, oh, okay. Like, before we actually knew what it was, I was like, oh, are they, like, going to just make it where, like, the West Coast Avengers are basically just every Iron Man, and Iron Man confidant style character? Is it going to be like one of those? While I didn't want to see that as a West Coast Avengers book, I would love to see it as its own book. Like if they called it, like I'm be honest with you, you would have to give it a fucked up title, because I don't think people are going to like see the Iron Legion and just rush to that. You'd have to call it Iron Man and the Iron Legion, or Tony Stark and the Iron Legion, or some shit like that. Like you'd have to.
What if they just called that motherfucker Iron?
You know what? I would allow them to get away. I would allow them to get away with Iron Men, but yeah, Iron they can't. Marvel. You asking for some hell if Riri's supposed to be on that team and it's just called Iron Men. You trying to get motherfuckers shot at Marvel. Well, no,
boy, you trying to get motherfuckers got.
I mean, you know what? Or you know what? Or you know what? If you really want to piss the chuds off, call it Iron People.
You can't call it Iron Corp either. People still got the nasty taste of X Corp in their goddamn mouth, so you can't even call it Iron Corp.
See, Iron Corp. So X Corp. X Corp is the reason why I tell people all the time the Krakoa era was not perfect.
See what I said? So you couldn't even call it Iron Corp because motherfuckers like this running around.
Iron, no, not the man said Iron niggas. I mean, look, we could make it work. We could make it work. Okay, so here's the other thing that we got here. This is from Diamond G. Says, can you tell us about the September Battle World comic? I almost put it on the pull box report this week for best. Which, by the way, best comics this week is out. Y'all should totally be checking that out. I don't do these for my health. I mean, I guess kind of, sort of, but not really. No, so. I saw the announcement about the Battle World comic, and I'm not going to hold y'all. I didn't really know what to think about it.
I'll tell you what I think about it.
Ooh, what you think about it?
Well, they remind you of, at least the articles I read about it, they remind you of Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars Battle World.
Correct.
But then when you start reading the article, you realize that Christos Gage, who is writing this 5-issue mini, was a fan of the OG Secret Wars. Now,
1984.
Yes. So here's the problem. Number one, you already lost me at Christos Gage, because after his horrible volume of Superior Spider-Man, I swore off reading Christos Gage ever a fucking again. So you already lost me there. And the more I read about this book, where all these battle worlds are coming together on one planet and fighting for something, and the Maestro is involved, I would only read it for the Maestro and Peter David of it all, if I did read it at all. But what the book sounds like is something Al Ewing wrote that was based on the the mobile game of the same name.
Oh,
just said like fucking Contest of Champions.
Yes, what's not. And you know what? I feel like maybe they didn't choose Contest of Champions because they literally just had a Contest of Chaos.
Yeah.
And I think people do associate Contest of Champions more with that game than they do the comic itself. Because it is, I mean, objectively, it's more popular.
Shout out to the boy Morero. We gonna get yours in a minute, but Nerd Large.
Oh, shit.
Oh, well, we gotta do this $5 from the Bone Factory. That is a nasty name. I didn't know I wanted a Green Arrow and Daredevil just like Archie and Jay and Silent Bob. But getting Smith to return to both Green Arrow and Daredevil for this is marketing we need more of. I did not know that Kevin Smith was going to be writing that.
Yeah,
I thought it was still Zeb Wells. That is insane.
No. This is this is something we're gonna talk about a little later. We're gonna talk about here probably in a little bit, but yes, trust me, it's it is on the way.
Okay.
Trust me.
I want to know some more details. I want some details of this.
the details. We got Nerd Large with the 1999 super chat. Says happy solstice, Representative Ernie Barnes, U.S. Agent Carter, and the rest of the Thunder Blerds. Speaking of X-Men in the MCU, thoughts on Jake Schreier reportedly getting to direct The Mutants. So that's the funny thing about that article. So the Variety article that came out, I think a lot of people didn't read it. Whoa, what you?
The way you said it, I remember immediately the bit we made.
Oh yeah, you mean no. You mean the niggas. That's the movie the MCU has coming out.
If you've been watching Blerd for a minute, you remember that one.
Y'all might remember that, but no. There is no official announcement of Jake Schreier doing this. If it was true, if it was actually true, I would say sure. Let him tackle it. He clearly figured out the formula for making Thunderbolts work.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be against this. I also wouldn't be mad at some other people getting a tap at it. I know at one point there was a rumor about Ryan Coogler, which once again is just a rumor until we see otherwise. I think Jake Schreier is more likely than Ryan Coogler. However, I think Ryan Coogler could do a really good X-Men film. And while I know some people will probably disagree because of the Marvels, the box office performance thereof, I will say I also think Nia DaCosta could do a really good job at it as well, because a lot of people didn't catch this, but when she was doing press junkets and tours and stuff to promote the film, one of the things she talked about was that. She actually talked about wanting to do something with the X-Men because that's actually where a lot of her fandom is kind of focused when it comes to Marvel Comics. So I would love to see what someone who is like a dyed-in-the-wool, and when I say dyed-in-the-wool, I mean like I 100% believe her on this because she was pulling random and obscure facts about the characters that were in her movie out of her ass. Like, and it didn't feel like, oh, this is a thing that she's been told to say. Like, no, this is like she was reciting this shit like it came from the fucking heart. So I would like to see what maybe a Nia DaCosta could do. But that just depends on whether or not she would want to deal with them again after the fallout of what happened there. But I feel like if they gave her more, like, because they took away some of the control from her on that movie. I feel like if they actually let her do her shit, which I'm actually really looking forward to her doing. I don't know if you knew this, Carter, but the new 28 Years Later, did you know the sequel is going to be directed by her? Oh, I guess not. he had a blank stare. No, I asked if you knew.
I had a notification that just went off in my ear, and then I went down to the comments. So no, I didn't. I drew a complete blank right there.
He was
somebody was sending me some shit.
Carter was lost in the sauce. It's okay.
I truly was.
But no. But if it's Jake Schreier, fuck it. I rock with it. I don't. But my thing is, I always get concerned when someone hands in a movie that everyone universally loves, and then rumors start flying that person is going to be doing the next big thing at Marvel. Because sometimes it doesn't work out. Just putting that out there. And then, of course, Morewa hitting us with that Nigerian coinage. Look, I'm here for it. Says, I called them the Iron Trinity. Look, he's like, man, look, money. He says, I call them the Iron Trinity. Ironheart, War Machine, and Iron Man went on a mission together in Avengers Unlimited Infinity comic. You know what? See, this is why I'm kind of mad at Marvel, because I feel like, man, they be hiding shit sometimes in them Infinity comics. And they know good and hell well. I am not digging through all those. It's like, man, y'all need to stop bullshitting. Let that shit be in the books that's actually hitting the shelves so that people can see this shit. Other than just like, me when I occasionally dig into it. I need that. I would like to see that.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
Would like to see
Infinity Comics. ... That's all these. I like the name.
I do like the name though. I do like
it's a good description of the team, while also in your Nigerian pettiness is a way to flip off the DC Trinity. I saw what you did.
Look,
I caught you.
See, look, that's why that's why they had to make Trinity. That's why DC really made Trinity. It was like, no, we gotta get back.
That book.
Huh?
Honestly, who read that book? Honestly, I've never heard not one person bring up that book when it came to read. I saw it on the shelf, but I have yet to meet one motherfucker who read Trinity at any point.
I don't know any. I don't know any either. I have no idea. I'm scared to ask for more context, Terrence, but
Me too. I don't know where the fuck that came from.
Yeah, like that. Like I don't know if maybe they thought they were in Asmongold's chat. I don't know. But I have a lot of look.
Hey, that's disrespectful. You got roaches in your house. I don't have roaches over here. He can't say this is the Asmongold chat.
Yeah.
This president is very clean. This is very clean over here. Yeah.
Oh
I don't know what the fuck Terrence Baker is talking about right now.
I have no idea, but I'm gonna need some clarification because just randomly and in all caps saying why a lesbian is nasty work.
That's weird.
That is nasty. Oh my God. That is I'm not gonna hold you. I almost told Elite. I was about to almost tell Elite to put you out. just on GP. Why are we hating on lesbians?
The Roach King is crazy. That is real deal. That's Joe's apartment.
That really is.
That's what that dude is. That is Joe's apartment.
Imagine watching Joe's apartment and thinking goals. I'm about to say, I mean, look, lesbians are great. And I will not tolerate any lesbian slander in this chat.
But here's the thing, Terrence. Here's the thing. You said it was a previous statement. What previous statement?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out because I'm like, look, okay, don't make me have to do I need to do the I
already looked at his activity. This motherfucker went from Ultimate X-Men is interesting to why like what?
Yeah, okay.
What?
Okay, I thought that was just me. I thought it was just me. That was a huge leap from Ultimate X-Men.
You just went into oncoming traffic. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm just trying to understand. I'm not even trying to be ugly about it. I'm just trying to understand because that is a jump. That is a
and now he loves them. Now he loves them. You love not getting pepper spray. You thought you were gonna get pepper spray.
Yeah, because look, I'm not gonna hold you, man. That
I'm so confused.
I was about to say because not to sound like that guy, but look, I got lesbians in my family. So look, what are we talking about here? What are we?
That's very
Yeah.
okay. Aluminum with the 1999 Canadians said apparently Blade is back in production, slated for 2028. I'm gonna keep it A1 steak sauce with you. I do not like green eggs and ham, and I do not like all these Blade rumors. At this juncture, we gonna get Spawn right after. We might get the Spawn movie before Blade at this point. Mahershala Ali was able to do a whole goddamn Jurassic Park sequel and with Scarlett Johansson, and we ain't heard nothing about the goddamn Daywalker. What we talking about?
Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. When it comes to Blade,
there's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, "Fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again."
Yeah, that's how I feel about that. That's how I feel about that.
He did Jurassic World. He did the movie from that I like, that the dude Mr. Robot, Leave the World Behind.
Yes,
he did another movie called Swan. That's actually a fire movie if you ain't seen it. He did another movie called Swan. So the dude then pumped out 3 movies well after we heard about this Blade announcement. Bro, you ain't getting that movie.
No, it ain't coming out. It ain't coming out.
It ain't coming out. It ain't coming.
Look, that shit. Look. I don't know why I heard that in the voice of Kamala
we'll
Harris.
get Destiny 3 before we get a new Blade movie.
Dude.
Savage Dragon will be a well-written book before we get a Blade movie.
God damn.
And look at this shit. Chi-Town Dan with the 5 saying at this point, we're going to get a Savage Dragon movie before a new Blade. I sure as shit hope not. I'm just saying.
No. Oh. Look, let me. No. No.
I told y'all about that damn book now. That's another thing about comic books Reddit. Now that I'm reading people's shit, there are so many people in that image Reddit that love Savage Dragon, and it's just like, I know y'all nasty. I truly stand by my statement. I truly stand by my statement that the people that say that Savage Dragon is a quality book smell women's seats when they leave the room. They the ones that gotta go in after a woman come out the bathroom and they go and smell toilet seat. That's the kind of people that read Savage Dragon. I stand by that statement.
Nah, that's that is 110 million%. I don't care what anybody says. You cannot convince me otherwise, okay? You cannot convince me otherwise. That is, I'm sorry, y'all. I just no. That's not we don't do that here. We don't do that here.
We'll get Beyond Good and Evil 2 before Blade.
Bruh.
What's that? Titanfall 3 will come out before Blade.
Dude, not Titanfall. Bruh. Stop.
If Black Knight got a movie before Blade, that would be wild. But they Marvel's late to the party on that. They should have been trying to get us a Black Knight movie, or let me not. Don't nobody want to watch no goddamn Black Knight movie. Y'all could have very easily done a Black Knight special when Savage Avengers was going out, when it was him and it was Flash and it was Cloak and Dagger and Deathlock and the Punisher 2099. That was your opportune time to do a fucking a Black Knight special. At this point, just have Mahershala do a fucking Blade special, just so you can say you did something.
Right. I mean, at this point, I feel like it's fiduciary malfeasance that they haven't tried to do anything with any of that, because at this point, the thrill is gone.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't there no more. What are we doing? Why are we?
I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Oh no, I think I saw what you saw. I think I saw what you saw. And here's the thing. This is what I love. I I love when people, man, dude, Misogynoir is a motherfucker, dude. Misogynoir got some motherfuckers in a choke hold. Okay, Monumental saw what I saw then. Okay, cool. Look, I'm bad. Look, I'm not against anyone having an opinion, but in the words of Samuel L. Jackson in Avengers, because it was a stupid opinion, I am choosing to ignore it. Because as far as I'm concerned, that you caught me on a good day. Because otherwise, yeah, I'd have been no. You'd have to go to jail for that one. You'd have to go to jail, straight jail, no trial, no nothing. But getting back to it, was that?
Let's say we'll get a Squirrel Girl trilogy,
Bro.
before Blade. That would be wild.
Wait a minute. So basically, what you're saying is we gonna get a Squirrel Girl 1. We gonna get a sequel called The Squirrel Girl, and then we gonna get the final movie in the trilogy, The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Lord, stop. Oh no. We've been kind of we've been bullshitting for a while, to the point that I kind of almost forgot what else I originally wanted to talk about, because we just been having too much goddamn fun. That's what happens, dude. We always end up having too much goddamn fun, and then shit happens. Okay, let me ask this, and we can do this, and then we can just move right the fuck on, because I don't have a whole heap of a lot to say about this. Carter, did you see the news? Did you see the news about your boy Noel? Your boy Noel is back. He is back. Guess who's back?
I saw it, and you know what? Yes, Ernie, I saw it. I'm not going to say anything else about it. I'm going to let you explain it to everyone who probably does not know this. But please, go right ahead. Yes, I saw it.
So for those who do not know, this is going to be a... So, okay, there's an upcoming Venom number 250.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be written by Al Ewing and Charles Soule. For those who do not know, Al Ewing is currently writing Venom, all new Venom. And Charles Soule is on Carnage. Eddie Brock Carnage.
No. The best way for you to say that, I'm going to give my boy some help. Al Ewing is currently writing a symbiote book, and Charles Soule is also writing the better symbiote book.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Like that. I mean, look, it hurts me the most to say it, but yeah, you're right. You're not wrong. So basically what's going on here, I actually learned about this first because of Ryan Stegman. He had posted that he's going to be coming back to draw Noel one more time. Granted, it's not going to be on the interiors, or at least not entirely, because Terry Dodson's leading the charge on that, which I love Terry Dodson, so I mean, I'm here for it. But he is going to be doing the cover. This is for a book that's going to be coming out October the 1st. And to my understanding, what this is supposed to be is this is supposed to be the kickoff of a new symbiote saga where Null, the god of symbiotes, seeks revenge on Venom, who is currently bonded to Mary Jane Watson. And basically, that's pretty much what we got. That's pretty much what we got. But I will say this, the cover looks fantastic. For those of you who have not seen it, this is the cover right here. Cover looks great. Okay, let me keep it a buck with y'all. Look, anyone who thought Null was dead and gone forever, I'm sorry, but come on now. If you thought for even so much as 5 seconds, that Noel was never going to come back, or he wasn't going to be back anytime soon,
congratulations, you played yourself.
It just, yeah, it's happening. But he wants revenge. He wants revenga. And he wants it on Eddie Brock. So I think that actually kind of makes even more sense as to why Charles Soule is here for this one, why it's going to culminate in both the Venom and Carnage books. Because right now, the people who he has smoke with are not in the same series together. Yeah, Eddie is off doing his own shit with Carnage, and Venom is off doing his own shit with MJ. So it's going to be interesting because I don't know. And maybe I might be looking in the wrong direction. But I can't help but feel like this is just going to end up with motherfuckers switching shit around. Like I have a feeling some symbiotes are going to get swapped. I don't know. I have a weird suspicion about that. I'm not saying it'll be permanent. I'm not saying it's going to be permanent, but I do feel like we are going to wind up seeing, at least temporarily, a symbiote thrown a different direction. Beyond that, I don't really have much else for this. It's just, honestly, I'm really more curious to see what all y'all think about it, because like this, outside of Ryan Stegman, this did not move the needle for me. Like this didn't make me want to read either book more than I already am. You know what I mean? Like I'm already enjoying Carnage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Venom is Venom.
Okay, so number one, this cover is too much text. Remove that Null is back. Remove that I am Null text and all that. Is you could speak volumes with just Null on top of all new Venom. We already know what that entails. So that's the first thing I'll say about the cover. Second thing, we're doing a Null is back story, and he wants revenge on Venom. He's gonna probably go after Mary Jane, beat all that white privilege out of that woman, and then he's gonna probably go after Carnage because there's no love lost between Carnage and Null.
Right.
So he's probably gonna try to have his cake and eat it too. He can kill two birds. Here's the thing, though. Ernie, Blerd Without Fear. Blerd Cave, the Blerd Cave conglomerate that's watching this and on YouTube right now, that's gonna listen to it and watch it on Spotify later when you're at work or you stuck in interstate traffic. Where was all this one volume ago? Oh, I tell you, it wasn't in nobody's fucking brains because we want to do stories about a future version of Eddie Brock that's the King in Black, and we got different versions of Eddie and Bedlam and all the other shit. And then we want to do pro wrestling matches while we have zombiotes running around here and shit. And then we get a cool new Spider-Man Venom costume where he got the chains and shit like that. Now we got Dylan as a little badass child, and not the well-written kid that we saw previous. You doing this now when you should have done it where it made sense in the previous volume? Because will this book be read? Yeah, not for the Al Ewing of it all, because even though I am a fan of Al Ewing's Venom ain't hidden. Charles Soule is one reason I will be reading, because I do, again, that's the better symbiote book. And I've been enjoying Daredevil Cold Day in Hell as well. So I'm reading it for the Charles Soule aspect of it. But
yeah,
dude, you late. You late to the party. Late.
Too late, Luthor. Too late. Yeah, I want to be excited because I feel like Null was one of those characters. He was really interesting. He had a nice vibe to him. And it's what I always get afraid of when a new villain is introduced. I said this before about the Batman Who Laughs. Batman Who Laughs was one of the coolest new things to hit Batman comics. And then DC found out about it. DC found out that we really like Batman Who Laughs. And they were like, oh, y'all like that shit? Bet. Put that motherfucker in everything. Put him in everything, goddammit. Hey.
Ernie, stop it. They're getting, I think people are starting to not like him. What do you think we should do? I think they're starting to sour on him.
Nah, put him in some more shit.
Okay.
Death metal.
Well, yeah, and and they still kind of took him. We made him Dr. Manhattan, but I think people kind of getting sick of him. What do you think we should do? Invisible Carter variant? Just make a Batwoman who laughs. Just
do that.
Ernie, I think they should do a Batwoman who laughs.
Oh no, you know what they're gonna do next? They're gonna do She-Null. She-Null. That's what we get next after this. I'm joking. It's a
stranger things have happened. Philip Kennedy Johnson over there writing fucking shush. So stranger things have happened. Okay. Fun fact for all you people that don't know what's going on over at DC, we got a female version of Hush running around called Shush. True shit.
Yeah, he's not lying. Well, no, the funny thing about it is because we had She-Venom. So that's the next logical progression is She-Null. Where is She-Null? Null is in danger of going that direction because I think Null was really cool. Having him in show up and because they kind of pulled a Marvel Studios with that shit. They slowly teased that motherfucker over the course of the Venom series, gave you a little taste of him here, a little taste of him there, and then as the story kept progressing, it's like, okay, now we're gonna culminate after 20, almost 30 some odd issues of Venom. We are now gonna finally show you Null in all his glory, to the point that when Absolute Carnage was popping off, a lot of people sometimes forget that Null wasn't really in that. His presence looms over it, but he's not actually there. So by the time you get to the end of Absolute Carnage, is when you got that Thanos joint where he's like, fine, I'll do it myself. And that's when we started seeing Null actually, he for real kind of pulled this. He was like, yeah, let me put my hand in the glove real quick. Let me put my hand in the glove right fast. He did that shit. And then Null showed up and he started just running roughshod and he got his ass whooped by Captain Universe. Lord have mercy. That was a weird ending. But I was like, good. Let Null go out to pasture. Let's bury him. We're going to forget about him for a little while. And then he'll come back, maybe 5 years later or 10 years later or whatever. And I mean, to be fair, technically we're kind of closer to the 5 than we are the 10. But I feel like bringing him back, I hope it's good. I hope they got a good story cooked up for him. I hope and please, can we leave that Meridian shit? I don't ever want to see Meridian again. I don't ever want to, or not Meridian, Meridius. I don't ever want to see that motherfucker again. I don't want to see, if I see Meridius 30 years from now, it would be too soon. It would be too soon.
And so here's my question, so we can move on.
Mm-hmm.
If you all are doing this, what book is the character going to stay involved in? Because I think that's really the thing that's going to really sell it, or it's going to kill it. If he's going to continue to go after Eddie with Charles Soule, that could be something interesting to see. If he's just going after Dylan and Venom itself, but you still got to worry about Robbie, and you still got to worry about Rick Jones. What book is Null going to end up in? That's the real question.
I'm just saying. It's just I don't know. We'll have to play wait and see. We'll have to play wait and see on that shit. But I can say this. I can definitely say this about it. When it comes out in October, I think readers will let Marvel know how much they miss Null or don't miss Null. And I'm actually curious to see. I'm very curious to see. But Carter, we have super chats.
We do.
We have super chats that we must address.
You guys. Okay.
And and you know what? We actually got a couple. So we're gonna do it like this. We're gonna do it like this. First, let's hit up Joel C over here.
Hey.
Says 2 years ago, Carter said that the baby I'm holding in my profile pic would be grown before Jonathan Majors would be in a Marvel movie again. Do you still stand on that statement?
I do, my brother. At this point, I think you will catch that baby of yours in betwixt the sheets of another girlfriend that her fast ass should not be in your house. His ass should have known better, thinking y'all wasn't gonna like be back at a certain time, and now you got to sit down and have that talk with him, and you and your significant other have to threaten to kick him out the house if he ever tries some shit like that again before we get Jonathan Majors in another feature length or anything. I know about that fucking rumor going around now.
Yeah,
he's been in talks that he might try to. Boy, stop.
I think it is. I think it is very untrue.
Something that that my homeboy brought up to me recently that I'm actually interested in seeing, because I have not watched the show, so that would be a question I have to ask you and everybody watching and listening. Oh my God, what's that actor's name? What's his name? Victor Strand. He played Norman Osborn in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Oh, Coleman Domingo.
Coleman Domingo. Thank you. All right, there we go.
It took me a minute. I don't know why.
He was talking to me about how he really enjoyed Coleman Domingo as Norman Osborn, and there's another show I had recommended to him to watch on Netflix with Coleman Domingo called The Madness. And then you have Fear the Walking Dead as Victor Strand. So he's become a fan of Coleman Domingo, so he wants to see him in some Marvel stuff. And I do know that Coleman has had conversations with Marvel about something that could be done. So that's where I'm at right now. I think he even said
as much that it was about Kang at one point.
Oh, I didn't know that's what it was about.
I think, I might be misremembering the conversation, but I remember him like confirming that he had been in talks for that specifically.
Okay. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now, as opposed to Jonathan Majors. I wouldn't mind seeing Coleman Domingo in something Marvel related, because that was going to be my question. How is he in as Norman Osborn?
I liked him. He actually did a really good job.
Okay, so
like talking about Coleman.
Yeah.
Did he?
So it's a two-parter. How does he become Green Goblin in that series at all? So he's strictly just Norman.
Yeah, I mean, he's Norman pretty much for the most part.
Because I literally have not seen one fucking episode, so I don't know how that show goes. So
by the time
as Norman Osborn, he was good.
By the time you get to the end of it, you're closer to that than not. But he did a really good job of like actually like, because the whole, so here's what you get. Kind of yes, kind of no. You know that he's going that direction. You know that's the way he's heading. You know that by the time you get to the end of the series, the other shoe is going to drop. You know the other shoe is going to drop with him. You know that he's going to be on his bullshit. And I thought for what they pulled off with this, by the time you get to the end, you know for a fact Norman has the gear. Has he put it on? No. But you know he has the tech. And also I liked how you know what I love about Norman Osborn that I feel no one has actually gotten correct? I'm going to tell you, this is the thing I think no one's actually gotten correct about Norman Osborn. There's a scene where he's talking to Dr. Octopus. Yeah. And he is so smarmy about it. Like,
is it when they're in jail or something?
Mm-hmm. Yep. When Doc Ock gets arrested, he has a way of talking to here. I'm not gonna play it, but I'm just gonna pull up this shot. This shit right here, where he's like on the phone with him. Like, this is a motherfucker who knows shit. And by the time you get to this part right here, he is literally roasting. He is roasting. Like, he is reading Doc Ock for filth, talking cash, money, shit. And by the time you get to the end of, and that's actually the penultimate episode, you get to this shot right here, and it's like, oh, yeah, he about to be Green Goblin. He is about to be Green Goblin very, very, very soon. And like I said, it doesn't happen per se, but like, you know, he's well on his way to getting there. And I think he did a really good job of kind of almost making you believe that he is a good person. Or I won't say a good person, but a person who doesn't have ulterior motives. Because that's kind of the whole thing with his portrayal of Green Goblin. Or, excuse me, less Green Goblin, but more the Norman Osborn aspect of it is the, hey, I want to mentor you. I want to take you under my wing. You're a smart kid. You have the capacity to rise to the next level of scientific accomplishments and achievements, and I can help you get there. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it is a self-serving relationship. Ultimately, because let's be clear, it's Norman Osborn, and I think the only reason, other than Coleman's performance, that we even allowed ourselves to think that shit, or anyone would allow themselves to think that maybe this might be a different take on Norman, is how good, outside of how good his performance is as Norman to kind of make you wonder, is that we know this isn't necessarily the MCU per se. This is like an alternate reality, kind of alternate take, trying to give you something that, man, now I got that fucking song stuck in my head. Shit. Sorry. The Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man theme song is now stuck in my head. Anytime I think about that show, I start hearing the theme song, which is, by the way, that's a banger, by the way. I don't know if anyone, has publicly stated that. It's a fucking banger. That said, we got another one here, TJ Tennant. Oh, by the way, thank you for that. 1999. Super chat. We got another one here from TJ Tennant. Says, what's up, Ernie and Carter? Hope you gentlemen are doing well. I came to spin the block on that Angelina Castro explanation. Oh, shit. Okay, so, Carter, did you see a video that went viral over the past week? I don't know if you saw this. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I don't know. I'm not going to put words in your mouth. But there was a video. Do you know who Angelina Castro is? Do you know per se?
I do not.
Ooh,
who's
man.
that?
Okay. So Angelina let me see if I can find a safe for work picture.
Ah, shit.
Oh, yep, I got one. I think I found one. So basically, Angelina Castro. Oh, wow. This is actually a really good one. This actually is almost too good. This is almost too good. You know what? Fuck it. Let's have some fun with this shit.
Okay, I see BBW. She's talented. And then somebody just flat out says she on the hub. What kind of freaky shit are you about to tell me? What you about to tell me
so
right
this is Angelina Castro right here.
Okay.
She's a Cuban porn star, largely known for her she does a lot of she's mostly largely known for a lot of
detail about this. I don't need you to go into detail what she's good at.
No. I'm saying she's mostly known for a lot of her interracial adult film work. That's all I was gonna say.
Where does this go?
Here, let's do this one here. Let's put her in the Captain America fit. There you go. We'll put her in the Captain America fit. There you go. But yeah, she's a heavier BBW, so to speak, and a larger chested woman. And she recently went viral for defending black people who didn't feel compelled to stand up and fight for Latinos.
Because of the ice and everything going on?
Yeah, because basically someone was trying to say that, like, oh, where's the black community? Where's the black community? And she's like, they minding their business. She said she was she wasn't like saying it as in like, oh, fuck black people. Like she was like, no, she's like, they don't have to do shit. She's like, they already are being targeted by like, you know, shit. And she was like, honestly, she was like the Cuban, she said the Latin community, she said, but more specifically, the Cuban community has been taught to hate black people and treat them poorly. So she says she is not, she says, so basically she was, long story short of it was, she was just like, yeah, she was like, I don't expect them. And she said, they shouldn't have to. Yeah, that was basically what that was basically what she had to say.
It was going to be. I've had conversations with because you some of you do know like what I do here, and I've had conversations with several, you know, Latino and Hispanic coworkers about that subject and how they don't expect a lot of black folks to do anything just because of how some people do look down on us in that community. So one young lady, she said it to me, she said, I wouldn't be surprised if it the way she said it was kind of wild to me, because I had an older black woman look at me like, you know that look old black woman give you, like, did this bitch really say that?
Oh yeah,
She said this was a Hispanic coworker. She said, I can see you and yours looking at us like, well, we've been there. Like, now you get to see how we got to how to deal with stuff.
Well,
so I've heard that before.
I'll give you all this and then we'll move on. You know, just to kind of give you an idea of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Here, let me.
We didn't do shit. The American community is the only community that has the power in this country to change anything. They are the only one with the experience of civil matter. They are the only one que tenían el esclavo ahí mismitico. They are the only one that are not going to get deported anywhere, and you cannot put them all in jail. So African American community, which is the community that is stepped on by Cubans, the most are the only ones that are going to save the Latinos. And I clap for the African American community that has not come out because it is not. I do. We didn't do shit for them.
I get it, but I don't.
Me and you support. But
stop right there. You stop right there.
We didn't support anything that was going with them.
Well, I mean, look, hear what the rest shit got to say.
I'm not going to talk about any other community because I'm not part of that community, even though I'm a Latina with them. Cubans talk shit about African Americans.
It's true.
Cubans did not support African Americans. Cubans think that they all victimize themselves, of this, all of that. African Americans are the only ones that are going to save your asses, Latino. So you better start kissing. If you're going to kiss some ass in this country, you better kiss some black ass.
See, there you go. I'm just saying. But
elite. Knowing her line of work, for you to say she went in is dastardly.
I mean,
you can't say she went in. You can't say that, bro.
I mean, but that's the thing, though. Look, I am gonna actually have to hit this because we are in trouble here. But here's the thing, Angela. Look, okay, there were two people. That were synonymous with each other back in the day. Back in that era that what?
Look, you gonna see that comment in a minute.
Wait a minute.
Look at Mike Mann.
Greg Land, she'd make it. Bruh, stop.
That's comment of the week right there. That is comment of the week right there.
No, like a motherfucker. But no,
I am not going to research her. There are several people in the chat that said I'm going to research this woman later. No, I'm saving myself for Nicole Bahari. Thank you very much. But please, Ernie, go ahead.
Yeah, no. You're right. You're right to reserve. But yeah, no, for people that are wondering, yeah, Angelina Castro, like, she was like really big in like the like late aughts, like early tens of the adult film industry. Okay. And she's a fantastic person away from all that. But yeah, she was one of those people. Like, if you ever watched anything with her in it, there was at least a 99% chance that she was hanging out with the adult film industry's version of the cerebral assassin Sarah J.
John catch that he looked so excited when he was saying that, if you've seen her in the other stuff, you see how big his eyes got. You damn freak.
Hey, look, I'm just saying, look,
She's the Latina Pinky. Can we please move on to comic books, please? Please.
Oh,
okay, real shit though, and then we can move on.
Yes.
I don't know if it was you or if it was somebody else, but people kept making that Triple H joke about her.
About Sarah
So
J?
I typed her name. Yeah, and then I typed her name in on YouTube, and there's some interview she had with somebody. Ernie, that woman really does look like Triple H.
Hey, when you saw her, let me guess. When you saw her, you heard, it's time to play the game.
So I'm gonna tell you what
it's time to play the game.
I played the video, walked out to go get my pizza, so I heard it. And when I saw the face that voice came from, I was quite perturbed.
Yeah, she the game. The cerebral assassin of the adult film industry. Yeah. Hey, see, the thing is, there were some people who said I was wrong for saying that. There was
Carlos Johnson in the chat. She and Sarah J still tight. I'm gonna need you to go sit down somewhere.
Oh yeah, no,
You's a nasty Nancy. You a nasty man. You need to go somewhere and sit down, Carlos Johnson. Somebody said they're still tight. You are a freak, sir. You are Melvin Menace. You are a sick man, bro.
Who was it? You remember when Marlena and Miss Jacqueline used to always be together? When they were doing what was it they used to do? Was it called PMS?
I don't remember
PMS back in the Attitude Era. But that was basically how Angelina Castro and Sarah J were. It was like they were like that. Like I'm not joking when I said there was like a 99.99999% chance that if you saw one in something, the other one was somewhere right there, like nearby, or was about to show up. Yeah, that was for real.
Of what they do. Your whole statement was just
I'm sorry. We also got another here on the Streamlabs side. We got one from my homie Joe from Muscles in the Multiverse.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, thank you again, TJ Chen, for that. 1999 super chat. But yeah, we got Joe from Muscles in the Multiverse over here. Oh man, he got a logo. He bought a logo. Like that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. It says, "You the man, Ernie." Hey, we appreciate you. We appreciate you for that. We appreciate that. And we also got another one up here too. Which, by the way, yeah, I don't want to gloss over this, but let me see. Do I have my I don't know if I actually have my thing set up the way that I should. I probably don't, because I am a terrible person when it comes to marketing myself. But yes, yeah, don't forget, y'all, that you can go on the merch store. The merch store where you can buy all kinds of amazing goods and no services. We got right here, just to get you guys up to speed, with this. If you go to these streamlabs.com/Blerd Without Fear /merch, or if you type !merch in the chat, it should actually pull that up, so you don't have to remember all that shit. It's also in the description for every video. But if you go do that, you'll get taken here. And you'll get to see, look, we got the Blerd Cave Clang shirt. We got Daredevil Born Again. And, which, by the way, that's art by me, by yours truly. You'll be wearing my, like, I didn't commission this art for this shirt. This is actually just my art. So yeah, that's me. That's me right there. Same goes for the Daredevil Born Again right here. This is your boy. This is your boy. Holla at your boy. Yeah, right there. Also, don't forget about this one. Don't forget about this one. Y'all need this one. Y'all need this one. The Doctor Doom betraying people party. You need this in your life. You need that in your life. Carter knows it. I know it. Y'all know it. Y'all know it. And also you can get your Black Comics Matter and Stay Woke because you're next. All those shirts are available.
Why are you asking Ernie that question, Snack Crumbs? I'm
Wait,
the
what
Red
happened?
Hood guy around here. He wants to know if you've heard about the new Red Hood series that got announced.
I like Red Hood. Well, to be fair, okay, so you would I'm gonna say something real wild.
Get it out.
I'm gonna say something real wild and then I'm gonna keep it pushing. Yes, I have, and I'm gonna tell you how you would know. I'm gonna tell you how you would know that that I have heard is if you had recently watched the most recent episode of Best Comics This Week, because I talk about it on there. I actually talk about it on there.
You fuck it up. Snack Crumbs, you fuck it up.
I talked about it on the most recent edition of Best Comics This Week. As a matter of fact, it was in the Pull Box Report. Specifically, in the Pull Box Report, I talked about it. So that's why I always say, man, y'all need to turn on the notifications. You need to make sure that you are subscribed with notifications, because if you do not have notifications, and I know what some people like to do. Some people like to do that thing where they say some notifications. No. You need to do all notifications, because if you do some notifications, that's as good as saying no notifications. So do all notifications. You won't miss out on videos like these that I pour my heart and soul into. Trying to, get y'all up to speed. And here's the thing. I also want y'all to know something. When I do these videos, and here, I'm gonna mute this because I don't want to hear my own voice. But but like right here, I'm gonna look. Do y'all know I put chapters in this shit for y'all? Do y'all know I put chapters in this shit for y'all? And motherfuckers are still not watching it. But no, right here. Let's see. We're in the Pull Box Report. That's Skin Breaker. Yeah, look at that. What's that right there? Look at that. Look at God.
That is a way better costume than what he has had the past several years, and I'm gonna read this book just off the strength of that.
Yeah. I'm just saying. But yes,
not Newton and not Nolan's. Or no, didn't Gavin say no one says it like that? I don't want him to hit me.
Nolans.
Yeah. Red Hood and Huntress in New Orleans is a good look.
I like it. I actually like it. I also like the fact that they said that motherfucker literally ain't got shit but the clothes on his back and them pistols.
Yeah. You don't have that stupid ass half a shredder mask no more. With the Street Fighter 5 Luke sleeveless vest shit going. No, that right there is quality. That is peak.
Oh no, that's it. That's the one right there. That's the one. And then I guess we got another one here. This is Bablam LP3 with the 5 says, are there any Eisner nominees you haven't read but you picked up since the list came out? Ice Cream Man is pretty good. Are we talking about like recent? Are we talking about like this year's Eisners? Because, I mean, I do sometimes go back. Like if we're talking, like here, I'm pulling up the list right now. Eisner 2025. Because usually every year I do go back. Like if there's a book that I didn't check out that I see in the Eisners, I usually go back. Because let's see here. I'm going to look in the categories that make the most sense. I was already reading Department of Truth, Detective Comics, Fantastic Four, Wonder Woman, Ultimate Spider-Man. I think the only thing that was in the best continuing series that I had not read at that point was Santos Sisters, which I plan to rectify that. Best limited series, Alan Scott Green Lantern. I think I checked out the first issue. I didn't really follow it too terribly hard. Animal Pound by Tom King. I was already in the middle of reading when it was announced. I have not read The Deviant by James Tynion or Helen of Windhorn by Tom King, so I'll need to fix that. Zatanna Bring Down the House. Yeah, that one I have. Rare Flavors, I have not, so yeah, I'd check that out. Same goes for best new series, because a lot of the books that are in here are books I'm already reading. Yeah, I don't know. What about you, Carter? Do you
you pull up that list?
Let's see.
I know, well, I am.
Yeah, here I got you right here. This is here. I'll take it back to the stuff that is more likely to be in our purview. But yeah.
The war on Gaza is. I do want to read that one shot because I've heard a lot of people talking about it. Ice Cream Man, I had been reading since it started because that book is just that book is very, very strange.
Yes.
And first I thought it was a horror book, but it wasn't a horror book. And that book is whatever the fuck they wanted to be
at the
that
time.
Month it come out. But it's been going on for a good while. I think the one that I hadn't read that I started and finished recently was I thought that was Tom Taylor's. I tried to read Ram V's Detective. I tried that after I finished Tom Taylor's because
it's technically all of them. It's including Ram V and Tom's.
Okay, because I read Tom's because I don't even know if you know Ernie. Tom was only on that motherfucker for 6 issues. It wasn't gonna be like he was on there for an extended period. Now it's Tom Taylor stuff just ended, and now they're putting Al Ewing on the book. But I tried to get into Ram V stuff, and it was all right. Fantastic Four is the only one I'm reading, so that people can leave me alone about not reading Fantastic Four.
I mean, books. I'm not gonna hold you, man. Ryan North is at I think I said this before. Ryan North is writing the best Fantastic Four that you can read right now.
Yeah.
Ryan North is killing it on Fantastic Four. Like wild killing it. Trying to think what else is there. Have you checked out Animal Pound?
No. I didn't know that he was doing a Boom Studios series. I was reading Crocodile Black, and that's Philip Kennedy Johnson.
That's another one that is a really good book, yeah. Crocodile Black is good.
The Pedestrian I read. I did read The Pedestrian from Joey Esposito for no other reason than Joey Esposito I know from being the guy that he did the IGN Comics Books podcast several years ago.
Yeah.
I'm talking early like PS3.
Yeah, no.
Comic book
old
days.
IGN.
Yeah, man. But yeah, those are really the only ones that I can see. I still hadn't touched Uncanny Valley yet. But I just now found out Monday that was Tony Fleeks. I didn't even know that was Tony Fleeks.
Oh yeah, Tony be out here, man. Dude, Tony be out here doing shit. And shit, Feral is still running. They just had an issue come out 2 weeks ago. So yeah, there's all sorts of like just really just solidly good shit to kind of mess with in that regard. Let's go ahead and do our last thing real quick. Technically it's we kind of glossed into it a little bit earlier, but I guess just for the people who don't know, yes, what they're doing is that the Marvel DC crossovers that are happening. And I kind of want to make sure we put some clarity on this because I know there's some misinformation shooting around. So we know that we got Deadpool and Batman. This is the Marvel crossover. Whichever character has top billing will let you know which one is which. But this is the Deadpool Batman one, which, as Carter alluded to earlier, is the one that Zeb Wells is writing. But what we learned is that there are going to be backup stories to these. That's where some of the other stuff came up, like the Daredevil Green Arrow joint that's going to be in there. that Kevin Smith is doing. This is a backup story. This isn't a separate issue. This is a backup story to Deadpool and Batman. There is also a Crypto and Jeff the Land Shark backup story as well. I think it's Kelly. I think honestly, whenever Jeff the Land Shark is involved in anything of any magnitude, it's usually Kelly Thompson. But I'm double checking myself. I'm double checking myself on it just to to do my due diligence. But to my understanding, that is what it was. And I know that there was also talk about the Captain America Wonder Woman. There was a Captain America Wonder Woman one that was also, I think, talked about as well. Let's see here. What name do they have on this one? Yep, Kelly Thompson. Yep. It'll be Kelly Thompson.
And Jeff. Okay.
Mm-hmm. There's also a Captain America and Wonder Woman that Chip Zdarsky is doing with Terry Dodson.
Fred.
Wait a minute.
I'm not as big on the Dodson's art as you are.
Oh, I get it. I get it. I mean, for me, I like. Well, you know what it is. I think it depends on what Terry is doing. Like what is Terry doing? That's the real question.
I wonder how this is gonna get collected. Who's gonna put this book out? DC or Marvel? Or what would they collect in them?
Well, so what they're gonna do is, we know we got the Deadpool Batman, and once again, everything we just talked about is Deadpool Batman, not Batman Deadpool. So what I think is gonna happen is they'll probably do like one big trade, and it'll be both together. And because if I'm not mistaken, the Batman Deadpool will have the same thing. It'll have it won't just be the one shot. It'll be backup stories, just like with this one. So yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah,
one big trade for two one shots.
Basically, well, I mean,
that's almost as bad as that Doom Treasury, except at least Sanford Green actually got the artist edition in there. That alone makes that Doom Treasury worth getting.
Yeah.
So I want,
honestly, if for no other reason than the back matter of the book, getting to see the scripts, getting to see the thumbnails for each and every page. I love shit like that. That's where it's at for me. That's where it's at for me, like, all the time. Also, man, shout out to Jason Davis, who's back. Says, the burial process is over, back home with family for the post-fellowship. And love that y'all are still here. Man, dude, hey, we're here for you. We're here for you, Pimpin', because, look, it's, dude, it's tough, man. And I remember when I lost my dad, technically my stepfather, but I kind of always viewed him as my like dad. I remember how much I needed an escape. And so yeah, if we can be that escape, then so be it. I'm totally here for it. Let's see here. Now, you're going to see a lot more crossovers, most likely, because apparently crossovers are the soup du jour. And I say that because Dynamite is getting in on it as well. I mean, they've technically already been doing it with some of their stuff, but I don't know if you knew about this, Carter. There's an Elvira Harley Quinn crossover coming out pretty soon.
But I didn't think it was real.
Yeah, no,
but I did hear about that one.
Oh, it's real.
Because I know she has I know Harley has a new series about to start.
Yes.
Sometime soon. But I did. Okay. Cool.
There's some other stuff that I can't talk about just yet. But well, I guess I could. I just don't have the bandwidth right now to talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a thing. And honestly, I want to make something very clear here. And this is something I think is getting lost in translation with these Marvel DC crossovers. These are not versus titles, not in the strictest sense. Because there's something I think everyone should probably notice that is not present in the marketing for this. Something that you will not see in any of the marketing whatsoever. You don't see a versus anywhere in here. This is more of a Deadpool X Batman or Deadpool and Batman or just Deadpool Batman. Like, it's not, this isn't really, like, I know a lot of people have been kind of trying to frame it as, oh, yeah, man, Marvel versus DC. Again, it's really not that. I mean, yeah, are these characters going to, like, get into it with each other? Of course, because comic books. Motherfuckers are always getting into it with each other because comic books. But it's not going to be for the same reasons as it was before. I think it's safe to say. But yeah, all that aside, I think that, yeah, I think we're in for some really interesting shit. Carter, I know, look, my disdain for the original Marvel DC shit is well documented, but, or like, what for you, does knowing any of this shit, like knowing there's going to be backup stories and that they might be kind of varied, in terms of, you know, what you're getting, does that like move the needle any for you?
Not from the Marvel side of things, because I never read the oh god, I never read Archer's Quest. I think that's the one Kevin Smith did. No,
yes,
was it Archer's Quest?
It might have been. I don't remember.
Okay,
actually, you know what? Let's not live in.
Wait, why are we both doing this? Well, we got computers right.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I look, when you said it so confidently that I was willing to believe it. Here, let's see here. Green Arrow.
Oh, Quiver is what it was. I don't know why I'm thinking Archer's Quest. Jesus Christ! But
okay,
I never read it. It's actually funny. Since last week you was laughing because I referenced fucking Cacophony and you ain't thought about Cacophony in fucking decades. But no, knowing that Kevin Smith is going to be writing Green Arrow and Deadpool does not move it for me. I want to read that because I would love to see how those two would interact. Crypto and Jeff just sounds funny to me. How this goddamn shark can just blown up because of Marvel Rivals.
Well, yeah, Crypto, he didn't have not Crypto, but Jeff has had like a few books. Yeah, Jeff stayed getting books.
Crypto more so, okay. And I know people are gonna give me flack for this, and it's fine. But the Superman trailer where he is hurting in the snow, and that goddamn dog is just jumping all over him, and you hear him screaming in pain, that just pissed me off for some reason. That would actually make me mad. Like I am hurt, and you jumping on me, cracking even more ribs. That just pissed me off when I saw that.
Carter, I want to ask you if something. I don't know if you saw this discourse, but did you see the discourse where people were like complaining that Superman shouldn't be hurt by a dog? That Superman, it shouldn't be possible for a dog to hurt Superman. Do you know how many of these motherfuckers actually didn't know that Crypto is like not a regular, did y'all
dog? Not see the trailer of how fast that goddamn dog was running when he heard the whistle? Did you all? Do you know how strong you have to be to pull him to the?
No, like, man.
Can we do questions, please? I can't fucking stand people.
Actually, real quick, before we do questions, I want to make a recommendation.
Lord have mercy.
I want to make a recommendation. And I'm gonna be real quick about this because I kind of want to. I think I may or may not have food outside waiting on me. So here's what we're gonna do. How many of y'all have heard about the there's a movie that just hit Netflix just recently. and it's called K-pop Demon Hunters. If you have not heard about this movie, you should, and you should totally watch it. It is amazing. It is about 3 young ladies, all K-pop singers, as you would imagine. They are a K-pop group called Huntrix.
Okay.
This movie is fire. This movie is fire. Basically, the long and short of it is they come from a long line of demon hunters who basically their job is to protect humanity from demons. Yeah, demon hunters. It makes sense. But a new group of demons has decided to get in on the shenanigans because basically these women use their singing, their musical ability to help aid in the protection of mankind. So usually they are pop singers of some sort throughout the ages. Well, now a boy band has decided to get involved, and it's a boy band made up of demons. And that shit is fucking hilarious.
You know what you just described?
What's that?
The Powerpuff Girls versus the Rowdy Rough Boys. That's what you.
Yeah, basically what it was. Dude, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you the thing that actually got me. The thing that actually got me really excited for this, and to be fair, they do actually follow that same dynamic. At least as far as the Huntrix goes. Not so much the Saja Boys, kind of maybe possibly in some ways, but like the with Huntrix. Yeah, the girl in the middle, yeah, that Reimei, yeah, you just go ahead and say that's Blossom. Old girl on the left, yeah, that's Buttercup, and then Bubbles on the right. They kind of do fit those archetypes, but this is why this movie had me hollering. This is why the movie had me hollering, is because they were actually using anime faces. They were using like actual anime faces a lot of the time during the movie, where like when they're getting like hype and there's like ooh, and they're like ooh, and then they're like ah, they're like
these faces, bro. Oh my goodness.
And then they're like ah, and then all of a sudden it was like ah. I fucking love it. This movie, it takes itself seriously, but also not at the same time. Also, yeah, the Saja Boys, yeah, that I ain't gonna lie. I need the album. I need the album of the Saja Boys right now. Somebody needs to get that to me. I need the whole album.
I can't make any promises that I'm gonna get to this anytime soon because I know I'm gonna catch hell for this. But when it comes to animes and stuff like that, I still need to finish Blue Eye Samurai.
Well, this is just a movie. So,
okay.
Yeah,
okay.
This is just a movie. Okay. So, because basically, and it's only like an hour and some change. But basically, yeah, this was really good. The music in it is so fucking dope. The music in it is so fucking like. To be fair, they actually got a legit K-pop group to do all the music for it. They got Twice. Some people who are familiar with K-pop probably know that group, but they basically helped put a lot of the music together for this, and that's why like every time you hear a song, it's like, dude, I was like, this shit's a fucking earworm every fucking track. But yeah, dude, it's legit. It's a lot of heart, a lot of good music. Really good cast, by the way. Just solid all the way across the board.
The Asian People Centers.
I don't know about all that. I mean, maybe I'm gonna let Asian people make that distinction. No. But yeah, I can't say that.
I'm gonna make the distinction of just getting you up out of here for a good.
No. Leave him alone. Xylism's good. But no, what I do also appreciate in this is that, like, I know some people will probably look at the animation style when you see it fluid in action. You'll probably get Spider-Verse vibes or like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem vibes, because it does use that same type of like animation where like frames are removed, stuff
like this
that.
animation, them terrifying ass faces you showed earlier. Like I like this shot more than them scary ass horror movie ass faces they was making.
Oh no, it's great. I love it because they lean into it. They lean into the silliness. I fucking love it. It's so beautiful. But yeah, like all three girls, they are amazing. They have all like they literally, dude. I'm telling you, I'm telling you.
I saw it in the thing, and I just chalked it up like this must be for Cersei or something.
Well, I mean, it was, but it was also for me. No, when I first saw the trailer for K-pop Demon Hunters, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm in. I was like, this is too good. Three women singing K-pop and killing demons while they do it in front of a fucking concert audience. Insane. Love it. Absolutely love it. Like I think I even posted on Threads earlier. Before we went live, I was like, man, I said this shit had me. I was just like the damn fans, sitting in the audience and watching the new video drop. This was me. That was me right there the whole time. I was just like, oh my god,
like TRL girl. Just
yeah, dude. I was like, dude, that shit was killing me.
Okay. I think you'll be happy to know that we only got 2 questions, and then we can save the other 2 for next week. So
Let's
you can
go
and grab your food, and I can get up out of here.
First
question is from the homie Melvin. What's good, BWO, the Blerd World Order? Here's my question. What or who inspired you to be a part of this mad world of comics and geekdom that you have become so proficient in? Hope you all have a great weekend and get those likes up or get bombed down like Israel.
Ooh, damn. That's cold. But not unwarranted. So I mean, I've talked about this before. I mean, yeah, I had watched people like Rob and Benny. Probably more Rob than Benny, but I mean, I watched both. And they kind of were like the thing that kind of like gave me the idea of like, oh wow, this is something that I can do, or if I try really hard, maybe I could make this work. And I was actually very, very much inspired by that. But yeah, the rest of it largely comes from a mental health angle, which is the reason why I actually did it. They were definitely inspirational in me discovering what I could potentially do, but what actually did motivate me to do that was I was recently getting back into comics, and I was going through a really rough period in my life, and I was like, you know what? I need a creative outlet. I had just been kicked out of a band that I was the front man for like the better part of a couple of years, and I suddenly found myself with nothing to do. Just sitting around, and while playing video games and watching anime is fine, I need a creative outlet. It's the reason why I have been filling up this portfolio right here with all kinds of shit, because I'm always drawing. Even when when I go places, I bring my sketch pad. When I go to family gatherings, I bring my sketch pad. When I go out in the living room to hang out with my family, I bring my sketch pad because the mood might strike me. So that was the kind of thing. I needed a creative outlet, and at the time, I was not drawing, so content creation was the closest I could get to it. So there we go.
Okay. All right, last question here.
What we got?
The Urban Cape Crusader of New Jersey.
Let's go.
Okay. Good morning, Ernie and Carter. Question. With everything that is happening in Imperial, even though it's not a whole lot going on, it's only one issue, big dog. Are we heading to an intergalactic civil war? That is all. Y'all have a blessed Saturday.
Maybe. That's kind of what they seem to be implying. Like, you know what it is? I mean, you can say civil war, but I mean, let's be real. Let's just call it what it is. This is just War Kings Part 2. It's just War Kings Part 2. That's all it really is. This is War Kings like a motherfucker. You can't sneak War Kings past me. Okay.
I mean, I guess because they did the whole Annihilation 2099 and all that stuff that Steve Orlando was doing. So I guess they got space on the brain. So I mean, you already did it in 2099, so you might as well try to do it in main Marvel. Who else to try to get some stuff off the ground than the guy y'all been doing for several years now that tries to get stuff off the ground, and sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. Wink, wink, gods. I mean, if they're doing an intergalactic civil war, it seems to be, I'm wondering where if Wakanda is going to be at the forefront of this, or like who's going to be on what side or something like that. So that would be interesting. You would have people. I think that'd be a way for people to want to read more of it, especially because then that would make sense as to why you got Hulk in there, because nobody would read that shit otherwise, because nobody's really trying to read about Richard Rider or Gladiator or Star-Lord and political shit with Jason or anything like that. Ain't nobody finna read that bullshit. So let me just put Hulk, Amadeus Cho, and She-Hulk just up here. That'll get some ass in the seats. So that wouldn't surprise me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just I always think back to that I don't know why I always think back to that fucking wrestling documentary. That'll put butts in the seats. Let's oh shit. Actually, let me skip around to this part, because we got a man, dude, just Romy just said, "Nah, fuck it, I'm giving y'all 20. I don't even got anything to say." They just said, "Nah, 20. Here you go. Bam, take it." I'm here for it. Also, man, this is wait, here you go. This is one we can save and answer right quick. What's this? Boom, there you go. I can answer that one too. We got this is less a question, more of a statement, and I just appreciate it. This is from Omnipo B. Says, Blerd, you remind me so much of a buddy of mine. He had a great voice too. Thank you for that. I not to toot the horn, but I have often been complimented on my voice of all things, and it is always kind of wild because I hate the sound of my voice, but apparently other people like it, which is just crazy to me. But yeah, you are always your own worst critic, so I appreciate that. Thank you. Actually, sometimes a little boost helps bring you back up. This is from Screwface Capone, and this one I picked because it's relevant to what we were just talking about. It says, you were in a band. Yes, I was actually in a few. All obviously here in the great city of Memphis. But yes, I was in a band called Sins of Cain, another one called Versera, and there was a couple of other bands before that, but they're not worth mentioning because they were bands that what's the best way to describe it? One of them, we never played a show. We never played anywhere live. The other one, there was another one, technically, we played a couple of shows. And I actually, dude, it's so crazy. I actually don't remember the name of the band. That's how little of an effect it had on me. But I think it was something to do with ashes. Something to do with ashes or whatever. Ashes of something or something of ashes. Some crazy shit. It might have even been From the Ashes. I don't remember, which is kind of wild considering things we're talking about recently. But yeah, Sins of Cain and Versera were the two that I actually did we actually did multiple shows for. And I even still have some of the music from it. And a lot of times when I let people hear it, they cannot believe that it is me. So there you go. But I was a singer / screamer growler, basically. So, and it did havoc to my voice. So that's why I don't sing very much anymore. Let's see here. We have got, let's see. Burner said, said our bands could have played together. We toured Memphis twice. It's possible. Depending on where you played, it is very possible. It is incredibly possible that is the case. But yeah, we were like, so Sins of Cain was more of like a progressive heavy metal, progressive death metal band. Versera was a little bit more like metalcore-ish, but also with some progressive elements. But yeah, ultimately what it came down to, I wanted something different than everybody else. And yeah, when that happens, you get lay boot. Also, I'll freely admit I was a little bit of a diva. Let's see. We've also got one here. This from G. Martinez Max's question: why does Marvel constantly downplay the rise of powerful black male characters once they reach positions of influence, authority, or narrative leadership? Honestly, I think it's because writers don't know what to do with that. I don't think it actually comes from a place of malice. Because, I mean, if we're keeping it a buck, T'Challa was Black Panther and King of Wakanda for some decades before people actually knew who the fuck he was. And then other writers would come in and just not know what the fuck to do with it. I think that was actually what happened with John Ridley, honestly. I think John Ridley just didn't know what to do with him. So I think he decided he wanted to do a deconstructionist story. And when people do and I'll be honest, not my favorite type of story. I don't know about you, Carter. I fucking hate that shit.
Man, hey, I'm telling you, all you had to do was grab an issue of John Ridley's Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
Look at those fantastic Alex Ross covers and put them back on the shelf.
Yeah, basically. Well, it's for me personally, I think that when you tell a deconstructionist story, what you're basically saying is, hey, this superhero or this character, whatever, that you really like, guess what? Don't come here. Like that, like I almost wish I had the clip ready of Kamala Harris being like, do not come. Do not come. Like that's basically what you're telling me. Anytime someone says, well, we're doing it like okay, I'm a pitch a story. If someone said, hey, we're doing a new Static series, and we're bringing in like top tier writing team, and they said, hey, we're going to get on this. We're going to get Cody Ziegler on this shit because he's been doing Lights Out with Miles Morales. We're going to put this, we're going to put Cody on on Static Shock. And I know Cody would never say this. But if Cody said, yeah, I'm thinking about doing a deconstructionist take on Static, I immediately do not want to read the book. And I'm going to tell you why. Because yes, when people say that, that's just a really nice way of saying you are not going to see the character who you love in this book.
Yeah, you ain't going to get no superhero shit. You ain't going to get that whoop whoop. You ain't going to get that in here.
Nah, you ain't getting nothing. Nah, you ain't getting none of that shit. You are not getting any of that. But yeah, that is what it is. Also, I saw someone say I thought John Ridley was John Ridley is black.
He is.
He is very black.
And I just looked away. I just saw it and looked away.
Yeah. John Ridley is black. But yeah, when people say that shit, just know they are never going to give you the character that you want. If someone says they're making a deconstruction of Superman, guess what? Go ahead and give up on seeing anything that resembles fucking Superman.
Get Superman Returns.
Yes. Or you know what you get a lot of times? So you get three types of stories. You either get a story where the character no longer has their powers or is no longer doing the thing that they're known. Technically, Daredevil Born Again was that. But I think Daredevil Born Again, the only reason why it worked is because it actually made sense, the things that were happening, and there is precedent for it even in the comics. But like, under normal circumstances, the character has decided they are no longer going to be a superhero. That's the Dark Knight Rises right there. You've also got the character either doesn't have superpowers anymore for whatever reason or another. They just don't have powers. Or the character is going to be acting incredibly out of character. And honestly, to me, that's just lazy. I think that's like, if we're writing a character, we're writing the character out of what has been established. That just tells me you wanted to write what the fuck you wanted to write. You didn't want to write Batman. You didn't want to write Constantine. You didn't want to write X-Men. You wanted to write these characters the way you wanted them. That's what that tells me. We've also got one here from Jerome. Says, question, have you vastly changed your opinion years later on a book, writer, or comic book run after reading it again? Yeah. Honestly, probably the most obvious one is maybe Grant Morrison's Batman. With the passage of time, I've warmed up. Not Rest in Peace. I still hate Rest in Peace, but like the before that, I'm better on that. And for the worse, oh man, lots of comics. It'd be easier to ask me which ones I didn't. We wouldn't be here as long. Carter, what about yourself?
Okay, I can keep mine quick. Mine's a very easy one. Mark Millar.
Ooh,
that's
a good one.
I read Superior first, and Leinil Francis Yu's art. Didn't have a problem with it. I really liked that art for that book. I didn't see anything bad about it. That was the first book I had read from him. And this was well after Kick-Ass had come out. And then I read Kick-Ass. Was like, it was all right.
Mm-hmm.
I read Wanted last. I had already seen the movie and did not know that it was based on a comic. I read that comic. I'm good.
Yeah.
And yeah. Because I thought he was good because I had never read Civil War. I had read Old Man Logan and and stuff like that. But
I actually liked the Civil War.
Okay.
His Civil War made sense at the time. Now you're actually making me want to go back and read it and see if that's just.
I had only read tie-ins of Civil War and stuff like that. But yeah, it would absolutely be Millar. I don't want.
Oh, but that Ultimate's aged like milk. That Ultimate aged like milk. That Ultimate age, that shit aged like already spoiled milk.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with Millar, and then I started reading other shit, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm good.
It's like, nah.
Especially when the one book I really enjoyed from him, two of them actually. Huck just got a new series that's out right now, and then he just released the library edition of Chrononauts, which was another fun book I liked by him. And then
Color said don't buy that shit.
Yeah, so I'm just like, well, there that goes, because I'm serious about this shit. I'm not gonna touch this shit now.
Nah.
I almost don't even want to touch Huck now, and I really enjoyed Huck.
Huck was good.
I like the book, especially when I found out the reasoning for Huck even existing. And it's because he hated Man of Steel. So let me show you how to do a Superman book, and that's what Huck was.
God bless that man.
I don't see y'all clowning Mark Millar for hating fucking Snyder stuff.
Oh no, because the brains would break.
Oh man. But yes, for everyone who don't know, that's why Huck is a thing. He hates Man of Steel.
DJ Lionheart asks, with DC and Marvel, who else do you want to see team up? I saw someone put this in the chat earlier, so I'm gonna use it as a cheat.
Bastard.
It's like, damn. I'm sorry. No, the Terrifics and the Fantastic Four. I would like to see that. I would like to see the Terrifics and the Fantastic Four. That would be a nice little crossover. I don't know if it would. I don't know how that would work for them, but yeah.
Oh, I did not take that question like that.
Oh, what do you mean?
I thought he meant like seeing Boom and like Image.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? That's where my mind went.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Boom. You know what? I tell you what I would like to see. Since Dynamite has been really good about taking a lot of older properties and bringing them back, I would like to see them and Mad Cave do a crossover, because Mad Cave's been doing. We didn't talk about this last week because it just didn't. I couldn't find a natural place for this to come up. Did you know they're making a comic of the Wild West Cowboys in Moo Mesa?
Yes.
Like the whole nacelle verse. Like they're like, yeah. So yeah, I would like to see it. It's like take the nacelle verse and mix it up with like the banking the Rankin Bass verse that they got going on over at Dynamite.
Okay.
But yeah. But yeah, you got one?
Like I said, it would have probably been like Boom and Image or something like that. Because thinking about like, this is just a fuck all easy one. Like seeing Radiant Black interact with like the actual Power Rangers.
Yeah.
So, like, you know what I mean?
I would like
Power Rangers Prime, like the current book where
yeah.
Zordon's people are the baddies this go around, and seeing how with everything happening in the Catalyst War, seeing how maybe he could kind of help them out or do whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Or
right now, Radiant Black is actually kind of slick back. Like it's actually back to. It's like, goddamn, dude. It's like it took y'all long enough to get off that Catalyst. That Catalyst War shit fucked y'all up. That shit had me not wanting to re-rate it. Like I was like, goddamn, I'm kind of sad I recommended this shit to folks. Goddamn. What's another one we got here? This is actually a super chat here we got from Romy Forever. Says, did you see the episode of Doctor Who where the villain was? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Carter, I know you don't really fuck with Doctor Who like that, do you?
The last one I watched was the Old Man Doctor. I know that does not help you at all.
No, it does actually. It does actually.
The one with they used to call I hear Hank Hill calling him Rooster Boy because of the haircut he had. He was in Morbius, and then that doctor
you talking about Matt
like
Smith,
the older man. Yeah, he turned into is it Stephen Capaldi?
Peter
I think
Capaldi.
Is what his name. Peter Capaldi. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, Peter. So the most recent Doctor, Ncuti Gatwa, the Black Doctor.
From
Barbie
Sex
movie.
Ed.
And Sex Ed, yes. They did an episode. This is what they're talking about. They did a Doctor Who villain was a barber in Lagos who literally ran the Doctor's. He actually did run the Doctor's fade, like quite literally. As silly as it sounds, it was a damn good episode. Black storytellers should peep it. Yes. So basically, what it was, it actually delved into Black culture and how effectively how the gods, as we perceive them, are all in some instances the same person. Like, kind of like how, okay, let's say you are a Nancy. And you're like, oh, well, Loki's over there. No, Loki is not over there. That's just a Nancy having gone over there. Like, they go with that concept that, like, basically this one god is like, it's not just multiple trickster gods. It's just one god that's just been traveling around, and everyone just has their own different opinion of who that person is. But yes, they actually do use the Black barbershop as a storytelling mechanic, and it's really good. Actually, I've been watching this season with Cynthia.
Yeah.
And it like, no bullshit. I am kind of slick pissed that Ncuti is not on the show anymore. Like, he did 2 seasons.
That was going to be my question.
Yeah.
That was going to be my question to you, because I know they just had their last episode with the new regeneration with him. And the one thing I'm constantly seeing about that episode, and I guess the seasons as a whole with him, is that not me, but this is what general people I've seen and like several reactors I've seen talk about it. They like his doctor, but the writing and shit around the doctor is ass. So they said he's not given his fair. He's not given a lot to work with. No. They didn't give him anything good to work with, and he's a great doctor. That's what I kept hearing.
I didn't like every episode I saw, but the episodes that were a little bit more self-contained I thought were great. Like this episode that Romy's talking about, and then there was an episode where they go back in time and there's like a cartoon villain that they have to fight. That episode was fire. Like when they were like more focused on a very singular thing, I loved it. But whenever they tried to like tell like an overarching story, which I mean the whole thing was an overarching story, but like whenever they tried to be like, ooh, this is connected to this, and this episode is, oh, this is something from the like, nah, stop it. Get back to the problem of the week. They did an episode that was basically, it was kind of like Slick the Masked Singer, and like a mix of the Masked Singer and like American Idol or whatever. That episode was fire. Like, it just, whenever it was like, oh, we're focusing on the one thing, golden. But yeah, Shooty was great. I hate that he only got 2 seasons. And then we got here, what's this question? Says, if Kiefer Sutherland was cast in the MCU or DCU, what character do you think he should play? Ooh, man, Jack Bauer? Okay, first off, so here, here's the heartbreaking part of this, is that, he's gonna be a little limited, and I say that because he ain't the spring chicken that he used to be. So we got to be very careful with him. We can't just be putting him in any old role. I would like to see him in a Justice Society, something. Put him in Justice Society, or something along those lines. Have him be like a former Wildcat or Dr. Midnight or some shit. Whatever. I'd love it.
If they do MCU, with you saying that, but kind of like a wink and a nod to 24 and stuff, have him be a government guy, have him be Ultimate Nick.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, have him be like the man on the wall. Yeah. That would be slick. I would be here for it. I mean, because he's already done like I said, Jack Bauer. He's already done. We don't talk about Phantom Pain. We don't talk about that.
Are you getting Delta?
Yes, because... Well, no, I love Metal Gear Solid, but I was talking to somebody about this shit the other day. I realized in conversation how little I like certain Metal Gear Solid games. Like...
Okay.
Like...
I get that.
Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater is peak Metal Gear. Like, that's for me, because that's my favorite Metal Gear game. I can't explain it, but it's just, that was the game. Like, it's like Metal Gear Solid, the first Metal Gear Solid, fantastic. I even love Twin Snakes. I actually wish someone would stop fucking around and put Twin Snakes on something.
Yes! But apparently they can't because Nintendo. But that's the version I'm so sick of. Here's a new collection with Metal Gear Solid 1, and it's the PlayStation one. I have played that one to death. Dude. I want to play Twin Snakes.
But Twin Snakes was it. Oh, I did not particularly care for Sons of Liberty, the second one.
A lot of people did.
Yeah, it was well, and it's one of those that I don't think it's a good from the gameplay standpoint, fantastic game. From a narrative standpoint, it is one of my least favorite Metal Gear Solids. Like, I like the characters, I like the way the game plays, but when we start talking about progression and where the story is going, my eyes glazed all the way the fuck over.
Boy, the light bulb when you realize you just playing the first one again with writing.
I was so mad. I was like, man, y'all are so fucking full of it.
Okay, but you're a Snake Eater guy.
Yeah,
okay? See, I'm a 1 and 4 guy.
I like 4.
Play the fuck out of Guns of the Patriots.
Oh yeah. The only thing I don't like about 4 is that I hate I hated that it was tied to the PlayStation 3. That was what I hated about it. I guess not so much anymore, but I mean just and I don't like 5. I Phantom Pain.
I didn't finish it. When I found out that he didn't finish that game, when I found out he didn't finish that game and they still put it out, and it was just some shit they had to kind of make sense, I stopped playing it. Real deal, stop playing it. I have never finished that game.
No, thank you. And then we got one last one. This is Monumental Comics with the 10. Says, let me get that Bronze Tiger and Black Panther crossover. Okay, so see, now you done said that. Look, babe, dude, let Bronze Tiger put some hands on T'Challa right quick.
I don't want to see Michael Jai White do anything with Chadwick Boseman. The one Monumental Comics had right in his face. You could have said the crossover with Black Panther and Catman.
Ooh. See, you know what? I thought you I thought you were gonna say Red Lion. I thought you were gonna say Red Lion. No, I'm sorry. I will say, and also shout out to, I don't know if I can find it, but it says it's on here, but I presume it was in here somewhere. Here it is. We got another one here from Omnipo B with a 5. Just his with 5 and left it at that. I'm gonna say, yeah, let's get up out of here. Y'all stay tuned. Stay tuned because there is my video and interview with Joe Casey is gonna be dropping here within the next 25 minutes. 25 minutes, give or take. So make sure to come back and check that out. It's a good conversation. We'll definitely give you some insight into the industry if you did not already have it. And we'll also this man, not this man. Look, hold on, wait a minute. Not Gearless Mo coming in here. Literally came in, sprayed the whole club up. Said the subsistence remake was nice too. MGS3 added over over the shoulder camera, tweaks to the story, better weapon management. MGS4 was a movie you could play. It was a movie you could play. It was a good movie you could play. I'll add that. It was a good movie you could play. But no, 3 is where it's always going to be for me. Every time, unless at some point they come out with another Metal Gear Solid that's as good or better.
What? And then he comes and he does another one.
This good God, this man. Well, first off, thank you. Look, goddamn Gearless, man, you just out here. Look, thank you for that 19. Look, no, I gotta do better. I gotta do you better than that. Cause thank you for that 1999 super chat, and then hit us. Goddamn. Just hit us with max damage.
Did you notice he praised 3, threw some shade at 4, just didn't mention 5 at all. That way didn't say shit about.
We don't talk about 5. He said we don't talk about that.
Oh man,
we don't talk about 5. No, and we don't. And I think that's how it should stay. Thank you for that. Look, he said, look, I'm paying y'all not to talk about 5. Stop talking about it. He's like, but no. Yeah, that'll be happening. Carter, do you have anything you want to announce before we get up out of here?
Absolutely not. Y'all got like what 4 streams out of me this week. Yeah. We still have more Avengers we have to finish, and then I started showing them some of the Liza P bosses and stuff like that. You might get some this weekend, but don't hold me to that. I got to do some adult things today. I got to go do that.
Understandable. That is understandable. Yep. Well, I'll just say that don't expect too much more from me. I think I still have Robo working on one of the other videos that I sent him, so hopefully we get that up for too long. And I'm honestly gonna be kind of taking it easy. I think I'm gonna actually focus on the book today. I've been rewriting. I did a first draft of a script for the comic I'm working on. I'm gonna go back over it because I actually kind of found some problems with it, some stuff that I just didn't like. I felt didn't flow well, so I'm going back, tightening it up, making it a little more, trying to make it to where like it just has more going on in it, and not so tied down to one specific spot. But I'll be working on that today, doing some drawing, and also getting some other shit together that I'm working on. That said, thank you all so much just for all the love, all the energy, all the greatness, and everything. Be safe out there in these streets. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time. For Carter Presents, I'm the Blerd Without Fear. And Donald Trump!
We coming for you, nigga!